I've hit that record button. Can we start this stream? Boom! There you go. Stream officially started, courtesy of Red Bull. Thanks for sponsoring us.
Whenever you feel like it.
Exactly. That is something that you've been looking forward to all day.
Yeah.
How's
I've got
that Red
2
Bull going
cans
down?
now. I've got 2 cans, one in the
You
fridge.
know it's going to be one of those evenings, yeah?
Yeah. Now I'm hungry as well.
You're hungry now. Good morning, America. Good afternoon, Europe. Good evening, Asia. And a very good evening to Michael I, who's the only one who's actually from Australia today. What I would say is, today is March the 2nd, 2018. Welcome to Friday Q&A with Chocks A number 60.
Oh my
60. 606.
Who says 60?
60.
60 zeros. 60 zeros.
60.
That's how many orders we're going to get, yeah?
As many as that. What is up, Paolo Rossi? 1 down, 1 to go. Paolo, what are you going to do once Alucard is up? What are you going to do once Guts is up? I can't.
Yeah.
Damn, Chocks!
Yeah, sorry, man.
You know my daily allowance is only 25?
We passed that already.
Yeah, true that.
Hey, guys.
6-0. There you go. 6-0.
6-0. All right, then.
Welcome to Friday Q&A with Chocks A number 6.
Oh.
There you go.
But we use O with neat.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Greg Michalowski Jr.
Yeah.
How's it going? Obviously, Greg is like one of the champions of side scrolling, and this is a perfect example. Yeah. Symphony of the Night, one of the best ever. Gonna be streaming that anytime soon.
Yeah, so he can stop hounding us. Where's Alucard? Where's Alucard? Where's Alucard? Now he'll just concentrate on
zero.
Zero.
Yeah, which is, we're improving it. Trust me, we think that we can work on the paints just to add a little bit more detail. But here's an actual question for you. Actually, why don't you tell me? You know, Mega Man X, Mega Man Classic, Proto Man, and Item 2 are all very, 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 very clean. Clean. Now, Zero was originally also very, 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 very clean. But what do we think about actually making it a little bit more scuffed? Now, I'm in 2 minds about this. I'd love to hear your thoughts, especially those that are, you know, who push to save Zero. What are your thoughts with regards to having it a bit more scuffed up, a bit more paint details, instead of that really clean look? You know, maybe you'd think that idea is good.
If it's scuffed up, it have to be like a battle damage, and that means like more. It's like a new sculpt.
No. I don't mean no. You can have scuff marks on you know.
That's a battle damage.
No, I don't want to necessarily say battle damage. I'm just talking a little bit here, a little bit there. Not crazy battle damage, just a little bit extra detail than that would be as if it was a bit more worn, a bit more weathered is the word. Or would you prefer to keep that clean look, that clean style that has been throughout the rest of the Mega Man line? So, all over to you. You let me know. But not quite battle damage. I think the word is more like weathered. So it's not like it's smashed up. It's more like it's
weathered, and it's like Star Fox. Arwing.
That didn't have that much.
Yeah. It's like just like
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. That's what you're trying to say.
A little bit. Not like crazy. Not like scorch marks and all that sort of stuff. Just a little bit of extra sort of detail. Happy Friday, Mike. How's it going? It's not, I think battle damaged version is not quite the word to say. It's more like weather. Just a little bit more paint detail than it would be as it currently is. That's all I'm sort of saying.
Scratch marks.
It's not really scratch marks. It's more like the edges of the, let's say for example.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Instead of just one pure clean line, it's actually got a little bit of weathering. So let's say you could have a little bit of some of the red peeling off a little bit. Yeah. I'm not saying it's like, oh, it's a massive cut in it and it's all that sort of stuff. Brandon wants to have a bite. You got any spare? Enjoy.
I just fancy something.
There you go.
Like snacks.
Hey JB, how's it going? Yeah, you know, Greg, that's one of the things that I sort of a little pause about. I was sort of thinking about what to do. Maybe what I'll do is I'll make a little something and I'll take it to the vote. Don't want you guys to think we're sitting there not doing anything with Zero. Right, Nanase, right? Scuff marks are more realistic, but not necessarily for Mega Man, of course, and therefore we have to check it out. Well, Greg, the only one who I know who does no damage playthrough, that's obviously you, right? JB. I can't remember, Chocks. We did try to blame JB for Alucard's missing hand, but then we ultimately found out it was you. How did that go down again? JB sort of helped open it up and then sort of said, oh, this is a bit complicated, and left it to you, and therefore... Or can we... Is there any way that we can cycle back and blame JB?
Yeah.
Oh, we can. So it's all his fault. Oh, okay.
I was like, hey, JB, you sort that out. And he's like, yeah, no problem. And it's like, don't know what I'm doing here. And he just took them all out, and just put the boxes one side. And I'm like busy trying to sort this out, sorting out a million things like I normally do. And he's like, oh yeah, come over here, Chocolate. Oh yeah, because we had to put all the empty packaging back on the pallet so the guy could take it away. And it's like, yeah, put it away. And it's like, yeah, that's how you do it, JB. Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay.
Hey, Jace, how's it going? Absolutely.
And it's like, what? Hey, mate. And he goes, all right then, it's me.
Hey, Michelle Rodriguez, back at it again before the Thesis, I believe. Have you been up last week as well? I can't remember. But indeed. Nana say, I'm looking so forward to Fun Day. Loving the Fun Days. Can't wait to see what new things rise to the top. JB says, I started opening and you said it was too complicated for me. Leave it for Chocks.
Yeah. Because like, you know, if I just left it to you, it would have been like more than just one hand missing. Yeah, absolutely. It's super complicated.
Thesis, mate. Just a little bit too late. Michelle beat you by a couple of minutes only. How's it going, Candace? Thanks for joining. Hey, Victor. No notification. That's weird. Chocks, have you shared this into the street, into the club?
Yeah, it's in the club.
Okay.
Are you my friend? First of all, are you my friend? If you're my friend, you would have got a notification.
There you go. Indeedy, it would have been that case. Gerardo saying, will it be more fragile than Guts's PO? Well, PU cape. Well, both of them need to have wire going through it. Both of them are fragile as hell. That's why you need to have reinforced wires going through it. To keep that shape. And the answer is so if you look at two things. First of all, the PU cape is lighter. If it's lighter...
First of all, explain to them what is a PU.
It's polyurethane, which basically is like, it's more expensive. It's actually a little bit harder than polyresin, and it holds the paper, and it holds the it's basically what PU is basically what you make prototypes out of. And then when you make the prototype, you then make the casting in resin. So basically it's like prototype material. It's typically much harder per square foot, or whatever what I mean by that. It's like, if you take exactly the same amount of resin, you take exactly the same amount of PU, and you put them together, PU for sure is stronger. And it holds the material better, but it's hella more expensive. And when you're looking at the Guts' cape, it needs to be reinforced both ways, with the cape, with the wire going through it, but also overall, definitely the PU one, because it's lighter, will be better for it. We're still looking into it. Is it possible to slightly reduce the thickness in resin, maybe without structural? We got to sort of test works, because it does actually affect it quite a lot. Whether or not we can do that with the drop test and all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of hard to say, but we'll get there. So is it sturdier? Well, it's hard to say, Randy, because we would make it slightly thinner in PU than we would have done in resin, because we've got to do that anyways to make it lighter in order to not bend over time. It's quite an engineering challenge. It could have been much easier, of course, if we just gone non-dynamic chocks, just hanging down. Yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That would have definitely, but you can see you have that motion in there, and I think it really makes a lot of difference. And look, guys, we tried it in cloth cape. I mean, we tried all of that sort of stuff, so definitely it has been something that we are looking at every single avenue, but we can talk about. I'm sure we'll have more and more people to ask us about that in the actual whatchamacallit.
Once we start.
No worries, Rado.
Once we start posting that.
Posting what?
No, when they see guts. Once we start posting guts.
Yeah, we go. Yeah, sure. Is Tristan? My stream doesn't seem to be jumpy. Are you okay? It seems to be okay. You used to stutter, but not anymore since I updated the whatchamacallits. Let's know if you have anything. Randy, why not just use cloth with hardening glue over it? Well, we kind of did that with Vice's flag. Just the cloth didn't, you know. I don't. Did I ever show pictures of what it looked like?
For what?
Cloth cape of guts. Look how tight that's looking.
Is that the tee-hee?
Yeah, it's a tee-hee. It's looking tight, yeah.
Come again.
It adds a nice effect on there as well.
Oh yeah, when did that add that?
This one?
Yeah.
Well, that's the X, isn't it?
That base is alright, isn't it?
It's alright, yeah. Like, you know, general dirt and stuff, and like some water effect. Get some shiny gloss in there.
Get that
then
paint.
that will reflect off of that.
What would?
If we have some gloss water there, then that will reflect that. Sorry, distracted.
Yeah. Looking
tight. Here's another angle. When it comes in.
Yeah, that will be a while.
MJP, are you off somewhere? You in Gatwick? Are you going somewhere?
Yeah.
He's just been to Spain. Is he coming?
No, he's going to Spain.
What? No, he went to Spain already. Or
No,
is it
he's on his way. This is it.
This is the one to go to see.
Yeah, his friend's birthday.
Wedding.
Is it wedding or birthday?
I think it's a wedding. I thought that was last week.
A wedding at 70. Another wedding? No, I'm sure it's birthday. I was like, he sent me a picture of like it's snowing in UK, and he's on his he was on his way to the airport, and there might be a delay or some sort of like.
Yeah, but I thought he already went last weekend.
Oh, it's good.
And then he's probably going somewhere else. You know what he's like? He's off every now and then, all the time.
Right.
Thanks, Brenton. Appreciate that.
He's at the airport.
But going where? The point is, he's probably been to Spain and back, and now he's going somewhere else.
No, he's going to Spain, right? Are you going to Spain?
I remember him saying he was going to Spain.
See? This is the time to go to Spain.
Ah. Sorry. I thought he was going another place as well.
Alright, go easy on the Stella.
Well, he may not be able to get off.
No, he said he's going to drive once he gets over there.
Where on earth is that cloth cape?
Good morning, Billy.
Mr. Ogle.
See, friend's 70th.
Yeah. They want to know what you're eating, Chocks.
I don't know. What
I'll have to go back and find that.
It's like dried fish. Frish.
Frish.
Kojima roasted half beak.
There you go.
Yeah. Kojima.
All right, let's kick it off. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes.
So, today it is time to kick off with the notices.
Yes. Notices.
Wow. Can I start it off, please? I'm going to start off the notice. And the notice is, I totally forgot to look up Snake. That's my notice. But.
Snake what?
All of them.
Snake edition size.
Edition sizes.
Right. So
but what I will do, over the weekend, I will post it. After I have a chance to sit down, and because I can't just look at on there's so many there that I want to do it. And after the stream, I'm going to concentrate on Alucard. We got to get home a little bit earlier tonight because
I got to do stuff.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah.
We're quite busy tonight, so basically, we've got a lot of questions to go through. It seems like there's a lot of questions in the Q&A. We're gonna do the Alucard launch, as you guys know. Tonight, we're going to close the pre-order for the Artorias SD. So that's just going to be temporarily closed for 2 weeks. And then we're going to open the last chance weekend for the Artorias SD on 16th of March. And that will be open until 19th of March. So, if you want to wait until then, that's fine. You can wait 2 weeks later for the last chance weekend for RT. And yeah, that's pretty much the notices.
Yeah, okay. So...
Oh, maybe I might as well say that. You guys might have noticed you've been receiving quite a few emails from CS this week with regards to SIF life-size bus.
SIF life-size bus? Are you giving something away that I don't know about? Has he been working on something that I haven't been, you're going to...
Sorry.
Ami
life-size. I don't know why. I don't know why SIF came in my head, but Ami life-size bus. Right. What else? What other emails? Spyro, and not many people actually posted this. Gin. These 3 items, everyone's been receiving emails. There's a delay, obviously because of Chinese New Year.
It didn't make it before Chinese.
Didn't make it for Chinese New Year, but Chinese New Year is kind of like pretty much done. But it's going to take a couple of weeks for the factories to get up to full speed. So give or take, just to be on the safe side, I would say end of March, when everything is at full speed, because we don't know what's going to happen with factories, right? Factories might have new hires, they might be having their own issues after Chinese New Year.
Yeah, of course, it always happens.
Yeah, so we've got to consider those guys as well. So let's assume that end of March is where everything will get up to speed, but development stuff is still working in the background. Counter samples are still working along. So next pre-order, hopefully, fingers crossed, in 3 weeks' time. Fingers crossed.
There you go.
Yeah. So
there you go. Yeah.
Production side of things might be a little bit slow, but pre-orders, they're still going to be on the 2 to 3 week pace. And then apart from that, I believe the stuff that we said shipment wise that are still out, or they're on their way to the warehouses, like Majora's Mask and the Sonic Boom stuff. So that is still going as normal. And that's about it, really, with regards to shipping wise.
Yeah. So, who is asking? Tristan wants to know, when does CNY end? It officially, basically, tomorrow. Most people are back, but as Chocks was saying, back in sort of back in sort of party mode still. I think Monday things will start getting a little bit better. Internally, we started to have some stuff. So that's good news. Basically, it feels like it's been a long time, but I'm happy to get back onto the horse and start going hard, start pushing hard on that.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just the weekend review stuff.
Okay, well, of course, before we go into the weekend review, there's one notice that everyone wants to know. Yeah. When are you going to cut your hair? Or are you going to go for this permanent Bruce Lee look? Or
don't have the time.
Oh, okay. That's what everyone's been asking, PMing me. When's Chocks going to cut his hair?
We need to set up a first 4 hairdressers. So staff can go and have free haircuts. Oh, sorry, you're not involved.
Low blow.
I don't know, they have a shaving service.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool,
You
yeah.
can shave something off.
Damn, that is cold. Cold as ice, yo. Is this relatable to MM? Last I thought the line was finished and ready to purge. Oh no, definitely you still need time to go through the process of packing it and checking it and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think it's going to take another sort of at least 3 weeks to go through all the remaining, because we only got 20% out before Chinese New Year. So there's still a lot to be done. All right, let us do the week in review.
All right, so this week. 39K.
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 How many more?
How many more?
60.
60. 61.
No, not quite 61. You already bounced by then.
Yeah.
60 more before we pause all entries.
Oh, wow. We'll see. I'm looking forward to 50K. Hopefully we've got something new to announce.
We have to sort of see we're working on some stuff in the background now, and we don't know what it's going to be until we get closer to the time. We might get to the point where what we were going to plan for 50K, we're like, oh, can you guys get on with it? We haven't even got to 50K, we're like, oh, we'll just show you anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
That could also be the case as well.
So many things that could just prop up.
Absolutely.
But yeah, good on you guys. I see a lot of people are still sharing posts out there, inviting your friends.
Yeah, much appreciated, guys. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. So 39,000 Chocks. It's always an honor whenever we. Well, it's always an honor when anybody joins the club. Of course, it's always nice to see a milestone every sort of time, and excited to go and hit the 40k. Now that, of course, we're about 39, 150.
Something like that. Yeah.
Now, but what of course is interesting is that the club stats show about 3,000 plus are only active per week, and about 8 for the
per month. Yeah.
Of course, that's. Does that sound like all 40 should be active, or does it sound like
No.
Is it kind of normal? Now
Well, you're always going to get a ton of lurkers, and you're also going to have people might join in this week and not next week, and etc. So
well, that's why you get it over the one month
Yeah.
is where you get that sort of average. Now, of course, I actually found about this program through Alex Thomas from Arad Titan, so shout out to those boys. And we actually, when he told me about it, I got this program as well just to sort of compare stats. And one of the things that we looked at was engagement, and not engagement is the word, active members percentage wise.
Right.
And we were pretty similar. I think we were, a little bit more, but not significantly more. But it's might be just how it is. You join a group and you kind of forget it. I mean, there's an added difference, of course, for us is a lot of the time is people just join in the hopes of winning one of the prizes, one of the competition prizes, one of the raffles. And we just hope that some of those that join just for that go, hey, it's actually quite a fun club, and then
Sure.
that's the whole point of it,
Yeah.
basically. But of course, a lot of them, i.e., 75% of them don't even bother. Because we just said only a quarter of people, not even a quarter of people, so around about 23% are there, but the remaining is actually there just to, they don't bother anymore, they're not active anymore. But, it is what it is. It's just interesting.
Yeah, it may, like maybe they're just waiting for whatever IP to come up, which they're, like for example, some people just come in here for anime, and when we do a game launch, they might not be there, so no activity that week. So it depends. I mean,
Ryan asks, do you think the club will get to the point where the numbers will start to slow down a lot? Of course. I think I said that. I'm so surprised we're at 39. And we do seem to, well, what has happened recently is become much better at advertising. How many times people have seen first with spams, you'll see it in your own browsers. If you haven't got like an ad block on or whatever, you'll see it on Facebook, you'll see on Instagram, all these sort of things. We're getting far better with that aspect of things, and of course that reaches a lot of people who may not have who don't know about us, and therefore reaching those. But of course you will always reach critical mass with anything, and
how to put it? It's like, I mean, I think Nick's on the stream as well. Nick Tevas.
Yeah, he joined Nick Thieves. Yeah,
Nick Thieves. Sorry. Yeah. So basically, I remember he joined because of
was it Full Metal Alchemist?
No.
When we did the Alphonse? Was it Mugen?
I think it was Mugen.
Obviously, it was an anime.
Yeah, it was
Nick's
anime.
all about the anime.
He joined in for that, and then he realized there was Saitama as well, but he didn't know it because there was no adverts, right?
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Oh, yeah. And we didn't know how to do it then.
Yeah, back then, it was kind of like.
It was the post that Mark Rose posted about how do we attract anime guys.
Right. Sure.
And it was like marketing. Maybe back then we're better at it now.
Who knows? Like 2 years down the line, we're better than today. Right. So it's kind of an ongoing thing. As the group grows, we explore, in other platforms and other areas. So there's always going to be new guys that come in and say, "Oh, I didn't see the advert for so and so." So it's kind of.
Of course, Nick's always supporting us. He always wants us to get all the licenses because he's all about that Canadian warehouse. He loves that.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's definitely
saved
a massive difference.
It does.
A massive discount compared to before when everything was shipped from the US warehouse.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And, I read that with quite a lot of interest. Or, with a lot of interest.
I mean, being a collector, you're always going to miss out on something previously. You're never ever going to collect everything, because that's the thing about collecting hobbies, that sometimes would you rather spend much more money collecting an old piece, or would you rather spend that money on collecting some newer pieces, which eventually will be the same issue for somebody new a few years down the road?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Nice. Matthew joined because of Aku Aku. Excellent. So that was quite recently because we did Aku Aku back in December.
Mm. And it was perfect timing because obviously Aku Aku is it's pretty much the first piece, right? Apart from the PVC, it's the first resin piece.
You know, Michael...
So it's all about timing.
Australia, the biggest problem is you have to be an Australian company to get it in. To be the importer of record. We need to be an Australian company, and that's its own set of problems, and that's the difficulty.
Who's that? Who's that?
See who it is, and then ban their asses.
Yeah.
Can you not click on it?
No, can't. Ooh.
That's you.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's John Morales doing it.
Yeah. Is that right? Is that right, John Morales? Are you with the angry emoticons?
I think there's other people as well.
Yeah. Anyone that has an on-Steam profile.
I just hope you guys don't drop Crash like next week. I would be sad. Why would you be sad, Matthew? Sorry to be rude, but just butting in. Guts from Berserk update. Also, I joined when I saw your Solid Snake ad on my Facebook Messenger. Nice one. Yeah, Guts is currently, we're just sort of tweaking the final stages. We're looking to try and give it in at the end. We're sort of doing it on the home stretch there. Just can find out who that is and then ban their asses. Alright, cool. Let's see. I just found out you guys released the Midnight on Link, but it's expensive at the time. Ivan! It's more expensive now, mate. It's a bit more expensive now. Alright, cool. Alright, let's carry on with the week in review.
Right, well, it's 102 now, so yeah.
3 lucky winners, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool. Let's move on to the custom plates for the... I haven't had a chance to do that. That's my F4F plates. I'm looking forward to getting that done. Probably had a chance maybe tomorrow, maybe to get that. Have a look at that, yeah. So get that done.
Right. Next, reward points. I remember you posted a reward points clarification, clarifying some of the rules. Carlo, is that
you guys are criminals?
Why?
Is this like another chase?
Chase Gomez. I think it posted 2 Chinese criminals earn millions of dollars. I wish I earned millions of dollars, mate, from poor collectors because of rip-off.
Oh, it's
creases.
Oh, so he's talking about us.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was talking about us. I don't get it either. I don't like you guys. You guys are criminals. All right. We'd love to hear that. We've got Angelo. And we've got Carlos.
Angelo and Carlos.
So,
what did we do to you guys?
Yeah, I wonder if it's another chase now that he's had his ass banned. I'd love to hear your reasoning why we are criminals. Let us know in the comments what is up. If it's Chase back at it again, you know, got to give him credit for doing it every week.
Who was it? And
oh, he's not saying it anymore. But he's got Red Bull on his profile, Chocks.
Yeah.
I thought you Red Bull guys.
Thought we were like mates, yeah. Red Bull
yeah,
guys and
that's
mates.
what I thought.
Nah, we're criminals.
And Angelo as well.
Angelo.
Anything on him? Let's have a look at him.
Angelo.
Oh, another one-person profile. Oh, there's a surprise. Yeah, I know, Nana say, right? It's cool. We said we're getting bigger because we're getting our frequent trolls.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, look, there's a surprise. There's 2 guys. Morning, Smooth criminals.
Millions and millions.
We got trolls.
We got trolls. Finally, we've made it.
We've made it. Oh, where they gone? I don't see. Are they still around? Just want to see if Angelo was around, or what's his other name?
I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you guys.
Jesus Rodriguez. Bayonetta is working on it at the moment. We're at the point of reprinting it again. Now that everyone's back from Chinese New Year, we're going to start reprinting it again. So we're going to keep working on that.
Hunter, my classes were cancelled, so I get to catch the full stream today. Awesome. Catching the full stream, of course.
Ah, yeah. Of course. Of course. All right, cool. Let's carry on.
Right.
Then the reward points clarification. Okay, so there was just to talk about that the reward point system works in the way where if you have your 1 point. So let's say you pre-order something when you were silver, and then over time you level up to silver, and you level up to gold. Well, the great news is even though at the time it calculated and told you how many points you would receive under a silver level, the fact that you've gone over to gold in the interim means that when you complete your order under gold status, you will get the points as if you were gold when you pre-ordered. So that was standard affair, but there were some things to clarify, and the first one was that what happens is you get your points and then they're pending for 30 days. This is the issue here, right? Mm-hmm. You get the points and then it's pending for 30 days. Now, if in the interim that it's pending, you level up, it does not count. So let's say you were silver, and then you got the points that will take you over to gold, but they're pending for 30 days. And in those 30 days, you upgrade to gold. Mm-hmm. You do not get that bump because you weren't gold at the time that it completed. It doesn't matter that it took 30 days to complete for the pending points to be released. And the reason is because those pending points may never actually be given to you. They're pending for 30 days, specifically for the reason that you get your points, and then if you decide to get a refund or whatever, then you don't get those points. So you would never have leveled up in the first place. So it's all about when you level up, and it's at the point of completion, not the fact that you level up during your pending. It doesn't count. The other thing is to say that if you're 1 point away from going to the next level, just keep an eye on your total bar, because if you're 1 point away from going to gold and you're on silver, the points at completion will look at what level you are, regardless that you're 1 point away. Nothing we can do about that. It's not like 1 point will be calculated at silver level and the remaining points would then be calculated at gold. It doesn't work like that. So you need to keep an eye on, if you're coming to the edge, just always keep an eye out. And I think Benson did that, and he knew that what he should do is buy something random, because you get so many more points.
Log in.
Well, he would have calculated that it wasn't good enough. And then let's say you bought something and you got it in time, something in stock that would actually make it almost like it's free, because you would have got you would have doubled up your points for the next thing. So just something to consider. I don't think people know why the angry faces. No, don't worry. It's just those. It's just that dude. If he's still doing it, we can just boot them out. I haven't seen them say anything.
Those two crude dudes.
Yeah. I don't mean to interrupt, but how do I get the points from the Q&A? Has Phil not followed up yet? Don't worry, it will come to you.
It will come to you. I
guess
I didn't send the.
Not sent yet.
Not sent yet. The 250 points.
Yeah. So that was from number 57.
Yeah, both nicks.
Double nicks. Do not worry, mate. It's on the list.
We'll run it.
It's on.
Been a bit busy with this launch.
On that list. All right. Next. Faye 3.0.
Faye from
Cowboy Bebop. Going for the design. I think OG number E1 in the end. So I need to go back and check that. Now that we're coming, she's still far away. We still got Jet, we've got Spike to get through first. But it's good to just sort of work on that.
To work on that, yeah.
Guts. We talked a bit about the price quotes earlier in the stream, and the other one was the neck bleeding. And we've added some more details, so it's not just one red, it's got some details within the red.
Yep.
Hey, Mary Wolford. Alucard, we're going to be doing the reveal in about two hours or so. So, something like that. But, Jeffrey, how are you getting on? Anything you want to show us? How's it coming along? Just let us know any time to come and look at something.
It's good.
Do you let me know to come and check any time?
Yeah, okay.
Like any time. I'll stop the stream just for you, mate. We've got Jeffrey working really hard on the hype video. We're hoping it's going to be finished tonight so we can show it to you on the stream. If not, it will be finished right after the stream. But in any case, you'll see the full reveal. If anyone is criminals, it's the guy selling F4Fs on eBay.
That's quite a lot of criminals. Since we were talking about Alucard, we actually made a post in the club with it was a poll, wasn't it? Was it a poll asking should it be a new line?
Mm-hmm.
And
that's right.
Yeah. And then in the end, we decided that Symphony of the Night shall be a new line under the Castlevania series.
Right, and then anything that, and some people were confused thinking that we would only do that from Castlevania. They want to see other characters on that. No problem. That's the original Castlevania line that Simon is the first of, and I really look forward. Look, Simon, let's be clear, didn't sell very well. I think we sold 150 of them, something like that, right? The Alucard. It's been a long time since we've had anything Castlevania. It's going to be like two years or something like that, at least. With the knowledge and expertise we have now in marketing, we really hope to attract a lot of new Castlevania fans to come and join the club. If that's the case, right towards the end of the stream, maybe in between Last Chance Weekend and now, sorry, in between the end of this sales period for Alucard and Last Chance Weekend, that would have implied that a lot more Castlevania fans would have joined.
Right.
And then that's the time to run another poll of what characters outside of Symphony of the Night they would be interested in. And then those ones that poll well could be looked into putting into the general Castlevania line.
So sweet, we got here finally.
Mark Andre, the way that you win points for the stream is you're randomly chosen. There's only 2 or 3 or 4 people chosen at random by Chuckles, depending on how many people were on the stream the week before. That week, I should say.
That's right. Without the Dark Souls Twitter retweeting Solaire, I would never have known about F4F. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we try and work closely with the licensors, and they help us out promoting F4F on their channel as well. So that brought in a lot of dedicated fans that follow their channel. So we do. That has improved. Week after week, month after month. From what's up?
I'm trying to just make sure that the emoticons are still there. Yeah. So if I click on one.
Yeah, let me click on one.
Oh, I just clicked on one. I tried to click on one. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's gone.
Well, he could come back any time.
No, not even a bye-bye? Chase was at least, giving us a bit of feedback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris Hildebrand Jr., if Alucard doesn't sell better than Simon after all this time, I will cry quite a lot, actually.
Well,
what's today's number? Oh, hashtag. It's not yet. Not yet. We do that a little bit later on.
You drunk already, Martin?
All right, cool. Let's keep on going then, Chocks. We're going to get through this a little bit quicker, yeah?
All right, yeah. You did a...
DS, SD, 3D, approved, Teehee. Looking tight, Chocks.
Yeah.
Boom. All right. And the Daily Impossible Hint. Even Chocks had to ask me what it was. It's like, looking good, yeah?
Yeah, sure thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Definitely.
You heard it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Quote it. Guys, we are 99% confirmed to be going to Gamescom. buy your tickets if you're in Germany. If you're normally in that sort of area, we would be honoured if you can come and see us at the show.
I can't believe the tickets are on sale already.
Yeah, it's quite far away. It must be because it's like 300,000 plus people go to it. But it does seem quite far out.
What do you mean far out? Far out as in what?
Far out time-wise. Seems quite early, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, yeah? It feels kind of weird. It's so early.
It's a good half a year away.
Yeah.
Well, not quite half a year, maybe 4 months or so.
Ooh. Brenton thinks it's because a rival company sent him. He likes a rival company page. Ooh.
A rival company sent him. There's a lot of drama lately this week. Go on, Brenton, PM me. Who's this rival company?
Yeah, PM us.
Yeah.
Ali, you're going to be at Gamescom, mate.
Ali. Yeah, Ali. I'm glad we had quite a successful conversation the entire week. I'm glad we get your Fighter Kirby sorted out. I enjoyed your videos of smashing the Kirbys up.
There you go.
I'm glad that's sorted out for you.
Excellent. All right, so Mr. Morales, are we going to do a 1K points brochure for each event?
What?
Haven't thought that far ahead. I'm just trying to even figure out what we had for lunch. Will you still be able to communicate on Gamescom Saturday after 5 days?
Huh? We used to be able to communicate on Gamescom Saturday after 5 days. What does that mean?
Basically, I think because it runs for 5 days, Gamescom, is that right? And then will we still be able to talk?
Yeah. We didn't have any problem during NYCC.
I got one of those voice. It's a voice number.
Yeah.
So it works when you have a sore throat. Nana, say you're gonna make it a Gamescom. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, you're gonna bring over the UK gang.
Oh, I see what Brenton's written. Dirty. Yeah, so that's.
What? So the company sent him over? Is that right, Brenton?
That would be cute.
That's too much trouble.
They don't need to.
We're small potatoes.
We're teeny tiny potatoes. Yeah. Teeny tiny potatoes. I wouldn't. Yeah, and that doesn't make sense. Because
that don't make sense.
The other guy was saying that we were rip-off guys. Is because he was probably thinking it was too expensive, right? Mm-hmm. And that was someone who doesn't know the industry. That Chase dude.
But these two dudes were saying, "What are we?"
I like that cherry, Cedric. Yes, Jesus. Lots of MGS stuff in the works. Nice one, Nana. Say I'll be able to meet you in the flesh, shake your hand, listen to that beautiful, glorious Irish accent. How's your Irish accent? Think about Conor McGregor talking. What does he say? Tanks. Tanks. I want to say, obviously, Nana Say comes in. I say, thank you very much for all your support over 10 years. That would be, it'd be cool. Have you still got that? The Viking thing going on? Have you still got it? Is it still growing?
Who the fuck? Who the fuck? Who the fuck is
Who the fuck is that?
That's right, Greg.
Yeah. That was done to Jeremy Stevens, who knocked out some dude over the weekend.
Yeah? That's so funny.
Do you know who I am now? I'm the oldest hitting fight featherweight. You're like, who the fuck is that? Mr. Lee. How's it going, Mr. Lee? Bang Lay in the house.
Mr. Bang.
I know. I see in the PMs in the addies that he's not happy with Phil.
Patience, Bang. Patience.
What is going on, Bang? What's up, Hamad? How's it going?
Hamad. This is not plugged in.
Oh, Greg, that knee was thrown with bad intentions. It was totally an illegal one, but it didn't hit him but it didn't hit him in a way that was. It didn't hit him in a way that affected the fight. All I can say is every weekend, whenever there's a fight card, Phil and I always put money on one event. One event, we put 50 Hong Kong dollars on it. One event, and I had Stevens, and so mate, trust me, that knee was not illegal in any way, shape, or form. Nice one, Nana. Say, make sure you keep growing now. I want to see it to be 4 foot by the time we.
Red Bull is illegal on Gamescom.
You ain't going now, are you?
You're lying, Addy. Well, you make sure you bring some stash in.
Get it past security.
I'll bring what do you call it? I'll bring a bottle or something. I just pour the Red Bull in it.
Chocks blogs.
Yes, blogs. So as usual, TTs and there's a class is in session, Alucard. So just to brush up some guys, just to brush up some, for those that forgotten or have no idea who is Castlevania, Alucard. So it's a nice little history lesson just to see what is what, where, how we came about with Castlevania. Yeah.
Is it about how we came about it, or just generally the character
as
in
in
question?
we, as in as a whole, everyone. As a,
exactly.
As the whole club, we as in everyone, because everyone, it's a long running series, and a lot of people started Castlevania at different phases of the series. I've played the old NES stuff and onwards, but a lot of young guys might have played the PlayStation version, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to know.
They said it was just a joke, so you're okay. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll give you a joke.
There's some things that you want.
About that fight of Kirby. Yeah, sorry, it was the wrong alley.
There's some things that you don't joke about. That's Choco's Red Bull. Never joke about a man's Red Bull. If you don't know Alucard, play Symphony of the Night right now, says Kevin.
Good, yeah.
All right, cool. And the weekly stats, it's the calm before the storm. I know it's been quiet over Chinese New Year because we've not had things to be able to show. That's an offshoot of NYCC. We've done our best. But as always, it's in between launches, and I'm sure when we go back to next week, if the last 2 weeks have gone down, it means the benchmark is low, meaning that it don't have to do very much to improve the benchmark compared to next week.
Right.
So I expect that to be lots of green, and of course it's a week launch, so it's going to be quite a spike, and then of course the week afterwards will go down. These will be easy to track once we do these enough times.
Yep. And as Greg's saying, I'll be streaming Symphony of the Night this weekend.
Much appreciated, Greg. Thank you very much.
So guys, if you want to know, if you don't have time to play it or don't know where to access the game, check out Greg the Gamer for his streaming session.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. All right, let us do Temptation Thursday.
Temptation Thursday. Wow. Last week's TT was one of your favorites.
One of my favorites. Oh, last week's TT, you just say.
Yeah.
I was going to say this week's TT. I was like, what?
What are your favorites?
Well, I enjoyed playing it in the last year. For sure.
And that's Hellblade. Is that right? How do you pronounce it?
Senua.
You
not had a chance to play it? Not played it?
I haven't. I watched you. I saw you play it.
Well, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. You can hear it, guys. Like when we're out there, and then all you hear is like keyboard tapping noises or mouse clicking noises. You know, Alex is like working really hard on that game.
Is that obvious?
Yes.
I'll get one of those quiet.
It's like when Alex is quiet in his room, he's either watching Netflix or some TV drama or playing games.
You mean all that stuff, all the other stuff that I do just magically happens, yeah?
Yeah.
What other stuff? Oh, yeah, good point.
So, for Hellblade last week...
Oh, can I just say, before we go to the TT, I will say this week and this whole last 2 weeks has really been about the problem that we have in expansion. From going from teeny tiny potatoes to slightly less teeny tiny potatoes, it's the whole idea of having frameworks in place that... Too much of it has been done on the back of a paper napkin, and with the issues that we had with Sif, it's kind of like a wake-up call, and just to get some checklists in place that means that when we go from now into more bigger productions, all that sort of stuff, that we have these frameworks in place that makes it more standard rather than hoping it's going to work. And a lot of these last 2 weeks has really been me focusing on that sort of. Whilst you're hearing tapping, I'm furiously typing out like plans, not playing games. Furiously figuring out plans. Yeah.
Gameplay.
Yeah.
Your gameplay plans. I'm gonna take that route.
But a lot of that has been that, and there's going to be some changes, and also in preparation for when we get new staff coming in.
This transition thing is like going on. It's not like a 1 year and done thing. This transition thing keeps on going.
Of course.
It's evolving. I mean, like last year, obviously, it was like more communication with you guys, more launches, and then, you know, just to bring out awareness, get people to know us, you know, trying to build a community, and then obviously sorting out the CS because there was a backlog, improving the CS, improving the operations, improving the shipping, and then it comes to a point where we have to improve our processes and production and development.
Yeah.
And then
and guys, can we be clear? We see it. We see it. We know what we need to work on. I'm super excited about the future. I'm really excited. You know, if you don't prepare for it, you can be nervous. You can be worried about it because you feel like it's just always sort of coming over to you and washing over you. And if you're not prepared, it's very, very daunting. As long as you're prepared, it should be okay. And it's the preparation, and a lot of that has been what I've been working on, along with John, who's in town for the next. He was in for town for 2 weeks, and he's sort of been here for a week and a bit. It's been really, really, really good, bouncing ideas off of each other. There's very, very clear about the next stage of development, the next stage of the growth, and what we need to do that, and that involves, you know, opening different offices here, China, other places, and all that sort of stuff. And we have a very sort of, it's planning for the future, and it's investing now for the future that we know is going to come if everything goes, you know, accordingly. And if we know it's going to come, then we know how to prepare for it, and we don't get caught with our pants down. That's what I've been doing a lot of. Cool. And you will see the results of that as we go through the rest of the year. There's some definite milestones that we want to be targeting. All right, Chocks.
Yep.
Sorry about stopping your...
No problem. So last week's Hellblade, you know, TT's never die. They still keep going. It's pretty much neck and neck. We had 157 votes for yes to 190 votes for no. Percentage-wise, you know, one is 45 and the other is 54. So, you know, what's up?
No, I'm just preparing the Q&A.
Right, the Q&A, yeah? All right, for this week's Tomba. 330 votes altogether. We have 58 votes for yes and 272 votes for no.
Let us know in the comments, were you looking forward to this Tomba? TT, did you want it to do well? Did you expect it to do well? What are these results? What you thought? For me, I thought
it's nice to leave us comments, but be nice to each other. Because these last couple of weeks, you know, there's been a bit of aggressiveness.
Just respect it. As I said, some people will consider, hey, why are you wasting a TT? It's not about wasting. And we know we could try every week. We could do hard hitters every single week. But we don't want to do that because it's almost like pressure that every time it does really, really well, that we've got to look into it. And we've already got a lot on our plates already.
I don't see there's a waste because, hey, it's like when I was back in history lesson, my teacher used to tell me, any information is always useful.
There you go.
Whether it's a good information or bad information, it's somehow, some way, it's a useful information, right? So, hey.
JDJ says he likes Tomba a lot. Wish it did well, but he expected the results.
And so there you go. So
yeah, Lydia also knows what's up.
That's going to be in the system. That's going to be on the F4F.mrs.xyz.
Oh, you played it before?
I'm not back then, but I'm aware of it. Yeah.
Only because of the club. That's the only reason I've been aware of it. I've never played it before.
I knew it back then, but I don't really...
What was it on? Is it like...
PlayStation. Yeah. But, yeah, so...
Well, it's amazing how some PlayStation games, it's like super nostalgia, and it's like, you know, Symphony of the Night, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro.
But they're like kind of like worldwide releases and being heavily heavily promoted and stuff. Yeah. Some of these titles are like hidden gems.
MGS.
They're released in Japan.
Honestly, it's such an honor to be working on these.
What?
Working on these. So, just think about it, yeah. Just.
All right then. I haven't got time to think.
Because that thing you got to do tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
So next week's TT is going to be Nier. N-I-E-R.
To be or not to be?
Yes.
That is the question. Automata.
Automata. Depends how you want to pronounce
Isn't it? Automata.
Automata.
Mm-hmm.
Automata. So, you know, this is like, you know, a recent hitter. So, you know, gaming wise. So, obviously, it's going to have a lot of people aware of the game. What are you looking for?
Q&A.
You know what I mean?
Chocks A. Where is it? There it is. Yeah.
So that's that TT then.
Right.
Winners.
Winners.
Last week's
Winners
winners.
last week.
Hashtag F4F GL.
That was good luck for Tombo, wasn't it?
Yes.
We have 2 winners, and the first winner begins with the letter M. Let us know in the comments if you begin with the letter M. By the way, next week's is, as we said, to be or not to be, and then the one afterwards is going to be Full Gore.
From KI, which is
Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct.
Jake Nation, there's no reason why we can't do a bloody Raw TT. I loved that game back in the day.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Turning into, it's like your Mr. Nagel does have an M. Absolutely does. Its gut's gonna have a combo bag. We can discuss.
Discuss that another time.
It is a mic.
We'll discuss that another time.
Mic.
Mic what?
Mic.
Any mics tonight?
Any mics? Sorry, Machandre. So it's Mike Lazinski. Congratulations. Bada bing, bada boom. Winner number 1 from last week's hashtag FRFGL. And next one is...
not many people with that.
Yeah. The last one is the letter Z. The letter Z. Oh, my code. Sorry, mate. Yeah. It is the letter Z. Is anybody here with the letter Z? If there is, it's likely it was you.
Letter Z, which is Z, right? To you American friends.
Absolutely.
Anyone? Zorro.
Let me see.
What's up?
All right, here we go. We're going to kick off the... Oh, sorry, we haven't announced it. Yeah, sorry. It's Zaniel Dantas. Congratulations, mate. 500 points for you. Phil will follow up sometime. I won't say when, but he will be. This week's hashtag for a chance to win 500 reward points chosen at random for 3 lucky winners is hashtag F4F2B. And that is the letter... It's the number 2 and the letter B. For a chance to win 500 reward points chosen at random. Hashtag F4F2B. Good luck with that, guys. Hashtag F4F2B. For a chance to win 500 reward points.
That's right. Michael's got it right. Vincent's got it right. Michael Ly's got it right. Brenton's got it right.
Boom.
Easy
Peasy.
to be. So make sure you guys rally the fans. I can't see that being very difficult for Nia.
How do you think it's going to do?
Yeah, the poll will do all right. It's a funny thing though. It's like when they know it's a popular game, a big game, and the poll does well, no one complains about the no votes, even though it's a high number, as long as the yes votes is high. But when it comes to a TT where the no votes is higher than the yes, everyone complains. There's a bit of bias there, isn't it?
Indeedy. All right, so we're going to kick it off this week's Q&A. Before I do that, Jeffrey, anything I should come and see before I go into my Q&A? Because after Q&A is who dat.
And after who that?
It's supposed to be.
And then came to the rest for about an hour. And then go for the video.
What? How? Is there anything that you want me to come and see now?
Maybe more 15 minutes.
Okay, no problem. 15 minutes, 1:15. I'm gonna go and see what Jeffrey's doing because I'm gonna try and get that video going. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Q&A. Ashley Liang. Any new information on MHA fans? For either MHA fans or TF Midna fans? What about information on PVC Spyro? That's 3 questions, and the first one is MHA fans. We have made contact, and we are now looking into it a little bit more closely. That's all we can say for now. TF Midna fans, I can say that we have submitted it, and we have now basically sent it to Nintendo NCL in Japan. As we always said, we will now always send it first and get approval to go to production before we ever put something up for pre-order. So that's now in the hands of the hands of Nintendo Japan. Fingers crossed. There's some feedback that's either positive or something that's like approved with changes or whatever it may be. Hope they arrive safely, all that sort of good stuff. And in terms of PVC Spyro, there is nothing to report. To be honest with you, I haven't hit them up. Should probably hit them up soon. Timothy Milano, can we get a TT on Calamity or regular Ganon? Someone in the group has a pretty popular post. What's the word on Rider Link and Shake a Slate? Okay, so the TT on regular or Calamity Ganon. I probably wouldn't use a TT for a Nintendo thing, like from Zelda, because we know it always do well. The question isn't how it does. It's more about how it does compared to other things in the Zelda line. That's the issue. The word on Shake a Slate is we're reworking that now, and Rider Link is it's almost complete in 3D. We had some feedback, we're just making those changes now. Faith Sarah, Spyro when? So Spyro is going to be right after Chinese New Year's are starting up, so we need to keep an eye on that. Majora's Mask is going to finish up first, and then we're going to go into the complete the Spyro. The main thing I want to check is those eyes. I know we had some issues with that. That's still a lingering issue, so I will make sure we get that done a-okay. Still no work back for the Spyro PVC, or you're hiding something. Okay, well, as I said, we are still trying our best to get that done. What is up, Shaggy? Thank you for joining. 1 hour late. Is Spencer okay? Spencer is now going through no milk phase.
All right.
So it's always difficult, and I've been handling it because what happens is when he sees Kanako, he associates that with breast milk, right?
Get away.
No,
kind of thing.
He's like, give me that.
Oh, he doesn't want to get off it.
Of course he doesn't want to get off it.
Yeah. Right.
Who doesn't want to suck some titty, right?
maybe want some Red Bull.
So of course he wants the titty milk, right?
Right. Okay.
And when you stop breastfeeding, all of a sudden you're going to go cold turkey.
That's cool. That's cruel.
Well, have you remember Bitte?
Bitte.
From Little Britain.
Yeah.
That old dude's like, Bitte. So he never had to ever get off the mummy's titty, right? But so what I'm saying is, at that stage, whenever Kanako puts him to bed, normally it will always be breast milk and then bed. That's the thing since his entire life.
That's the pattern, yeah.
Yeah. And now for the last started on Monday. Monday was mental because it was his first day off, and right. I'm dealing with it because I have to be the one who's like, mate, you ain't getting no titty milk off me, mate. Have you plugged it in?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Is the button pushed on? No.
Oh, why did you switch it off for?
So you don't electrocute yourself. Oh. So then, of course, he's been chasing. He looks at me and goes, oh, well, I ain't getting that good stuff. So but it's a lot of crying still. But then on Tuesday, we did an Alucard documentary.
Yeah.
Whilst Kanako didn't give him the breast milk, it was like difficult to make him go to sleep. Because he's like going mental. Whereas with me, he goes mental for about 5 minutes, goes off like this. You ain't giving me shit, and goes to bed. Then Wednesday, Thursday was all me, no problem.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm having to deal with him when he wakes up and he's crying, so that's why I've been coming in late because I've been like knackered as hell.
Right. Yeah.
Today, I'm not there. Kanako's an hour late, so I can only assume that Spencer took ages to go to bed.
Which is good, right? If it took ages to go to bed. Right?
That's bad.
Why?
It means that he wouldn't go to sleep.
Well, that means Kanako's not forcing, like, as in, not
What,
giving in, not giving in to Spencer.
Yeah, yeah, well, yes.
Because if Kanako gave in, he would have finished his meal and gone to sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Ryan, you tell me any other way that you can hold Meta Ridley in the air. Let me know. The giant pole holding him up. The only thing what we'll do is we'll make that transparent just to sort of hide it a little bit. We'll sort of reduce the opacity. We'll make it less opaque. That's the only thing that we can do to sort of take it the other way. We can't do the defying gravity stuff as much as we'd like to. Rodolfo Guillermo Charia O'Brien. Are you planning on doing a Richter or any other Belmont? We're looking forward to running polls right after Alucard's 2 weeks is wrapped up. Chris Hiddebaum Jr. Alex, what's Snake's edition size? I do apologise. I will be back at that on the weekend. Sorry about that. Is it good working, Chocks?
No, it need to charge. Oh yeah, blue light's on.
Okay, now it's working.
This thing was sucking all the power as well.
All right. Also, since you're considering splitting, quite quickly, yeah.
Yeah.
Since you're considering splitting the Castlevania line, any thoughts on split the Metal Gear Solid into one separate line? Yeah, well, for sure. MGS is MGS. Anything after MGS, if it's a separate line, it's a completely different line, for sure.
Like Streets of Rage 1 and Streets of Rage 2.
Because there's going to be so many from Streets of Rage 1.
Yeah.
2, it's got different dudes, yeah?
Yeah.
So Axel, Blaze, and Skater Boy.
Yeah, Skater Boy, yeah.
What's his name? Come on, Streets of Rage champion.
I don't really choose him. I forgot his name. Shit.
Like, Skater Boy.
Skater Boy. The other one that nobody chooses.
And then, who was on 2?
His younger brother.
Axel's?
No.
Skater Boys?
Yeah, Skater Boys skates, yeah. And then the big dude.
Is his name Skates?
I think so. Yeah, his
Skate.
name's Skate, yeah.
Oh, Skater Boy.
Skater Boy, Skate, yeah. And then the big dude. I forgot his name. Because you can choose 4 characters.
D. Kate? No, he's trying to write Skate. Trying to write Skate properly. Alright, cool. And
Adam, that's right. Adam from number 1. Oh my god.
Adam was in 1.
Because I usually choose Axel or Blaze. Max, that's the one.
Are you even a SOR fan?
I am a fan.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't mean I have to remember everything.
Brendan Russell, a few questions this week. What made you decide to split up the Castlevania line? Because we have stuff already for Symphony of the Night, already planned 3, and that can be its own line, and things that aren't part of that can go with... I was in 2 minds, to be honest with you. I let the club make the decision. Ultimately, Symphony of the Night is almost like the epitome of Castlevania, and really hoping that does well, and that reignites more interest in the others of the Castlevania line, because, you know, I'm so proud of Simon, and I'm so upset that it didn't sell very well, and it's probably one of the most underrated pieces we've ever made. The bendable whip was some of the most amazing Eureka engineering moments of my life. All 150 of them appreciated it.
Yeah.
But that's makes me a bit sad. Are there any plans for other non-SOTN Castlevania statues aside from Gabriel? And the answer to that is want to run polls once we have more people in the club for that. And any updates on Ica? No updates on Ica. Although some of the things of thinking of how to do the combo pack, it's almost like it will become not a combo pack, but rather an ultimate pack. That's probably what we do. It's like the ultimate version where it's double the price. Well, not quite, not double the price, but significantly more expensive than a regular exclusive would have been, but it comes with so much more choices. Yeah. So like different expressions, different weapons, different this, different that, different this and that and that and this. That's the way to deal with it. That's the way to do it. So instead of, if it doesn't make sense to do a combo pack, I don't want to do a combo pack for combo pack's sake, then we do it by having an ultimate version that is much more expensive than it would have been if it was simply with the standard, oh, it's an exclusive, it has a different gun. Yeah. It's a different weapon. Okay, well, we go, here's 20 different weapons. This is the ultimate version, and therefore if you're a mega fan for it there, you can support it by doing that, and that's the way we can save niche lines. Kurt Griswold, are you going to show any more sneak peeks of Banjo-Kazooie before Q2? The answer is nope, they are locked down. We want to help promote Sea of Thieves the best we can. Michelle Feinstein, since you were originally worried about the Castlevania line in general based on Simon sales, what encouraged you to decision to split SOTN into its own line? Well, that's simple, because if people only like Symphony of the Night, because a lot of people have only played one version of Castlevania, and it's just this one. So we hope that leads to a strong line, and it makes sense for it to start anew. Well, as I said, I was in two minds, and I let the club decide. Joshua Harmon, have the MHA licenses said that you can show off the All Might prototype? I like how you think, but nice try. Abraham Sanchez, 3 questions today. How long before Activision gets back to you on approval for Crystal Dragon? Don't know. I'm actually making some changes. I'm making it greener, and I'm making the wings greener still. I found it was too dull, because I only saw that from pictures, and then Chris went there and then gave me more feedback, and then we looked at it together based on his information, because he was on site. Now that the factory's back, I mean our team is back as of a day or so ago. When he went there, and I said we need to change this. So I wasn't looking back on it. It looks a bit too dull green, so we made it lighter, and then making the wings lighter still. So we're gonna actually sort that out. Is Crash still? I feel like you guys did sell a lot of Simons. Exclusive 299 sold out. Mate, Ryan, you are kidding me, right? 299, 229, or whatever we wrote, you're forgetting the 30% rule. Whatever's written on the top doesn't count, because we removed a ton off of it. The ultimate numbers that were sold were 150, and I can tell you now, that 150, that's not enough pieces. 750 of the regular sold out in America. I can assure you again, that 750 was a complete bullshit number. Any regular number that has that was before we, I think Simon was the very first one that we did open exclusives. The regular number was again bullshit. No, we chose it beforehand. I think we made like 100 pieces of the regular. I don't even know. It was, trust me when I tell you that it's criminal how bad that did. Is Crash still... So don't look at the numbers and think, oh yeah, it's all sold out. Well, I can make 3 pieces and then, oh look, it's sold out. Doesn't matter what it says on the box. Is Crash still looking to be a Q1 pre-order? I don't know. Probably it's not very much time left in the month. If possible, we're not sure. Maybe. If Activision were to approve the Spyro 2 PVC, how long would it take to come up for pre-order in comparison to the PVC? Other PVCs you're done. Typically, it takes about 6 months to get to that stage, because we would have then made the done the 3D, made the prototype, painted the prototype, approved the prototype, made the steel molds, and then approved it. But here's a question, Chocks. One of the things that we should talk about is how can we actually maybe go to pre-order based off of the Resin prototype before we go to PVC. Now, there's always a gamble to do that it can be a significant change from PVC into PVC, Resin into PVC. But I've been very happy with the transition. Very, very happy with how SD is done. But there's always that issue.
There's always going to be.
But you know, if there's a huge change between them, there's always that issue. If we can be fully confident that there will be some changes, and we explain it, and maybe, like, for example, if there's some part lines that we can't do anything about, we leave them visible. You know what I mean?
But there's always going to be new guys that jump in and say, this is
a bait and switch.
Yeah. There's always going to be new guys. Doesn't matter, you tell them right from the start, if this is an ongoing product or whatever, how long the pre-order is, there's always going to be people that jump on the wait list and say, oh, this is not what I expected.
No worries. And if we do that, how about this, Jokes? This also allows us, because I'm you know, Arturis is Arturis, it's an SD style, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The face can't be wrong, right? There isn't one, okay? As we know, faces are always the most important thing. Likewise, for SDs, we can treat that in its R style, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. But when it comes to TFs, right? We knew that Link looked just like the game, that's no problem, right? We know that the AMI PVC is going to look just like the game, easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? But there might be some things where we need some help. For example, if it was going to be a, let's say Alucard does amazingly, we go, you know what, we're going to do a TF Alucard PVC, right? Okay, Alucard's not a good example because we've already done it. Whatever it is, the point being that we can then show it in resin first, and then what we could do is go, right, this is resin, it will turn PVC, here's the price, all that sort of stuff, and then when we finally, a month later, after making the steel molds, show the PVC, you want to cancel your pre-order? No problem. And give all the money back.
Wait until we do a PVC. And
because then you can't make a change, and you just spent 15 grand on a tour, and there's no change, there's no coming back. There's not like it's resin, like, oh, tweet this, tweet that.
Yeah,
no problem, we'll do
I
that.
know
You
what
can't
you
do shit in PVC. That's the point. That's the point.
That's if you can try and get the word out.
But as long as you say that it's PVC, it will be PVC later, and if you don't like it, all your money back.
That's one way of doing it, but there's always going to be people. I'm going to wait until I see it first.
Well, that's no problem.
Yeah.
So you can do another relaunch then. You can do like a relaunch.
Relaunch.
There you go. But we need PVCs to do as well as it can on the website in case we don't have the support outside. Simple as that. It's 1:15, Jeffrey.
Yes.
It's 11:15. That's been 15 minutes. Shall I come and see?
Yeah, okay, you can see.
Okay, let me just finish this one question, okay? Oh no, that's it. All right, let me go. Let me
That
go.
was it?
No, as in I was just thinking because there was 3 questions from
All right.
Abraham.
Hunter, I really like the size of the SDs. Yeah, nice. It's a nice, decent size. 8, 9 inches. Not too big, not too small.
Can we change this now, just so we don't forget? Because you've already rendered this, the problem. That's the reason.
Nick, man, last week you said Berserker Armor Guts is massive. Does that mean bigger than Black Swordsman Guts or Alphonse? Ooh. That's really hard to answer. They're all they have. You can say big. They're all big pieces, but they're kind of like in their own different ways. So I like to see them next to each other, and then. But out of those 3 options, my first instinct would have to go to Alphonse, because he's much bulkier, and yeah. But big as in terms of height, like the swordsman's gut is quite high because of the sword as well. So yes, Mark, I have played some of the Darksiders. I've seen some of the pose that has been created over the week as well. So do unlock your poems on Fun Day as well if you want to keep on rallying the fans on that. JB, when are we going to co-host? When are you going to come over? That's right, chilling with Chocks. Hey Ryan, my PC just crashed, so I'm waiting for that to reboot. Apparently it ran out of power because there was no. The board wasn't. Oh, could you hear that, guys? Could you hear that? Hey, turn that down. They can hear it. One Punch Man SD. That'd be awesome. But there's SD One Punch Man out there already. That's right, Kai. That's interesting. Yeah, how we're gonna handle human faces SD form. I mean, just like any other projects, we make sure that it looks good overall. You can't just make the face look good and the rest look bad. It has to kind of match in with that theme and that style. So we're quite, we're looking forward to see how that turns out. I mean, most important, apart from the scope, the paint makes a difference as well. Damn, messages are coming in. Not yet. You haven't missed anything, Travis, with regards to Alucard. After the Q&A and after the who dat, hopefully when Jeffrey and Alex are okay with the thing that we're working on right now, hopefully we can show that to you guys. But after the stream, obviously we're going to have the documentary and all the information up as well. Vincent, any news on Sonic and Tails? Last time I looked at it, it's still ongoing. Still some updates. We haven't forgotten about that, and it's looking very sweet. We've got some really cool ideas for that Sonic and Tails diorama. Yeah.
I don't see this is not. It's not going to be ready.
It's not going to be
No
ready?
chance. Not by 12 o'clock, no chance. Wait, we have until 12:30, I guess.
Well, we'll give it half an hour and see how it goes. Hey, Brendan.
Jeffrey, I'll give you another 30 minutes, okay?
Okay.
How's my weekend? I'm going to be busy this weekend. I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight. I got some stuff to do.
Drive safe then, yo.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. One of the best tracks. You guys heard it? Did you hear it? It was quite loud. I could hear it.
Did they hear it? This mic is amazing.
One of the best tracks. Any updates on only shipping cost adjustments? Why? Were there supposed to be some on Steam shipment?
When it comes to like production time and we have the box finalized, then we look at it. There's absolutely nothing right now.
There you go.
China's USB for the last thingy pop last month, and also, as I said, when production and Ornstein isn't due until what, end of the year or something, is it? So we'll check back then. All right, let's carry on with Brenton Friedley. Is the Classic Crash pre-order reservation coming this month? The answer is we're trying to push for it. I don't know where we're going to end for that. When you plan on doing a LCW for Law? That's a good question. It's a good question. Haven't had a chance to think about that yet. Is Solaire SD coming for pre-order in Q2? Yeah, what we want to try and do is get Solaire SD to be going as soon as, if we can time everything right. Artorias SD is in your hands when the game comes out. And then during that time, you now know what it looks like. We then go with Solaire SD at the time that the game, you've just received your Artorias and the game's out. So that within that 2 weeks, that's the time to try and do it.
That'll be good.
What?
Like,
to make sense with
yeah. Flows.
The pacing, yeah. Is Solaire SD, pre-order, when are you hoping for Solaire Resin to be on the boat by? That's a hard question. I need to see, because it's the same factory that's doing Majora's Mask and Spyro. That's the next one up. So probably we'll start seeing movement in May time, I would say. Do you know yet if you're going to finish the SIF? Do you know yet if you're going to finish SIF to cover the waitlist orders up to the ES? I need to look at that. What the numbers were, the replacements, the whole thing. I need to have a conversation next week with Phil to see what if we've at the end, if there are any more new cases coming in. The factory's back next week, so it's time to have that conversation. Cole Campbell. Well, hold on. Is 2nd of March Alucard and a Dracula reveal as well? What typo did you do?
What?
A Dracula reveal as well. Did you write Dracula?
Yeah. Wait, how did I write Dracula?
At the very top? Did you write?
Yeah. When I posted that bit, because new Castlevania line, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and I wrote. I don't know why I wrote Dracula. That posted and then Matt. No, then I realised that I changed it. Yeah.
Okay. Candace, are there any differences in acquiring a license for a PVC and a resin? Absolutely, there is. Is it easier to obtain one or the other? It's easier to obtain a resin because PVCs come with certain expectations with the quantity that you're going to do and expectation of trying to go into mass or at least specialty mass. And if you don't have those contacts to do that, it's much harder and the minimums are much higher because they're expecting you to sell much more. And the resins are nice, but they don't move the needle in terms of quantities. 1,000 pieces would be loads for resin, is not a lot of pieces in the grand scheme of things. As we know, it's limited. PVCs, really, the benchmark has got to be 20k plus, and that's more interesting for a licensor, because it's like little advertisements that go out there. It's a great, it's a great positive thing for the brand. So of course, therefore, you need to be of a certain size to do PVCs. It's also a much bigger investment, not only in terms of the licenses, but also the cost of actually making the tooling and all that sort of stuff. We can survive 1 or 2 bad resins, no problem. When I say that, I mean like bad launches. In terms of sales aren't very good. We cannot survive 2 bad, disastrous PVCs. That would be a problem. So it's always, when we do a PVC, it's always heart pumping. That one false move could 2 false moves, and all I can say is, you know, it's been a pleasure and an honor, guys. But layers.
Hit me up, Red Bull.
there won't be a Friday Q&A with Chocks A 61. Unless, of course, Chocks, you're down for working for free because we can't afford to pay. Wait a second, we don't pay you anyways, do we?
Yeah, I'm charity. I'm charity, guys.
Yeah, we don't pay you anyways. Can I always WhatsApp you? Yeah, Patreon. Yeah, cool.
Just WhatsApp me.
Yeah. You're like, oh, great. And have you ever thought of doing a full PVC line? The answer is no. We would never just do a full PVC line because resin is our bread and butter, and it would be nice to do both of them. And as we look at licenses now, though, Chocks, we do look at them and think, can we go resin TFSD?
Yeah.
That's what we look at now.
Yep.
There are so many PVCs in the works now, Chocks. It's exciting.
Not enough.
But of course, if 2 of them mess up, then mate, it doesn't matter how many you've got in the works because we're never coming out. They're never coming out. That's the problem. So it's always, you know, we're taking a very educated gamble, you know, one that's in our favour.
Yeah, that's why we need more solid, you know, backbone, solid lines.
Yeah.
So we can take more punts.
Yeah. So, Jeremy, the answer to FMA is that we are making some tweaks, and Alphonse, it is looking amazing. Colin Wartrolick, hey guys, does the Guts figure have white spot on his hair? No, because that's the wrong time. He's not Berserker that.
No, white spot, or do you mean like white streaks?
Yeah, is that what you mean?
Is it from the photo? It's probably just dust or polystyrene stuck to the hair.
Have the white spot in his hair.
Yeah.
That implies he's talking about...
He's talking about the streaks.
The streak from Berserker.
Mm.
Is he... I saw him on the stream.
Yeah. Who?
Colin. Let's see if he comes back and just confirms that.
Colin. Colin.
2. What is up with the blood on Guts? I've seen your post regarding the one on the neck bone. I'm curious, when you say the lighter versus dark shade argument that's been going around, I personally think it needs to darken up the inner part of the wound. Yeah, don't worry. Done. We've done that, thank you. Is Skull Knight still horseless, and when are we going to get that sleeve? The answer is yes, absolutely, and not for a bit. We want to get to the physical stage before we start showing that. Chuckles, go.
What's the question? I only just managed to load it up. I don't want to. No, I don't.
Hit previous. All right, no. Shall I read it for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall I read it for you?
Yeah, just read it. Yeah.
Name a couple of your favorite animes that you'd like to be basically made into statues.
A couple of animes. That's gonna be hard, isn't it? Well, let's say.
Not saying there is too many animes out there. You could say Sailor Moon or Samurai Pizza Cats, and I'll be happy. I already know Alex wants Princess Mononoke, but he's just small potatoes. Maybe one day he can become a medium potatoes.
I don't know. Do you guys know what type of animes I actually watch? No, probably not. I can list quite a few. Let's say
Prison School.
Prison School. That'd be quite interesting, right? That'd be quite an interesting thing. You know, some of the old stuff, right? You know, then
Naruto.
Yeah, that's kind of like given, right? Naruto, One Piece, Blame.
Bleach.
Hajime no Ippo. You know, Initial D. I can go on. It's like there's so much you can say you want, but you got to be realistic. Is any of these going to be in reality? Are they going to make can they can you turn it into a business and make it carry on going? I can understand some lines has a loyal following, but you're only going to make a certain amount of numbers. It's like small projects, like indie types of launches, and that means those pieces are going to be expensive.
Sailor Moon TT.
Really?
Chobits.
Chobits. I actually seen that. Yeah.
It's got long hair. What's her name? Chobits.
Chobits. Yeah, how did you activate her?
How?
Huh?
How?
There's a switch on her body.
Where?
Down there.
Are you serious?
Yeah. If I can remember, Yeah, in I don't know, Yasha. I watched that as well. That's actually all right. Fist of North Star, yeah. Bleach, yeah. See, there's tons.
Chi, that's
yeah.
it. Just, yeah.
Chi.
Chi, yeah.
It's a weird ending though, Chobits. Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, there's tons. I mean, like, see the Captain Tsubasa.
The switch is on the vagina.
Yeah. Wow, thanks for sharing that.
All right.
See, everyone's just saying all the stuff that they're kind of rallying for. Yeah, there's tons.
Oh, look, Nick Thieves. Guts will have the white in the Berserker armor since he gets it after putting it on the first time. Nick knows what's up. Exactly. Jake Mayer. Any updates on Genos, my favorite character from the show? Definitely be there to support him. We're going to submit that next week. Let's remind Thingy about to look that up. Genos. Even John was asking me about that. Will we get the reveal of Banjo next month? Yep, we should be doing so sometime in April if everything goes smoothly.
Have you guys actually watched an anime GTO? Yeah, see, I like that anime, but I wouldn't have a statue of it.
What was that? Great Teacher or something?
Yeah.
Great Teacher, what's the year stand for?
Great Teacher. I can't remember, but I just call
What's
it
his
GTO.
name?
Yeah. Well, no, that's not his name. It's the name of the anime.
No, I know, but is the O his name?
Oh, it's not. I don't think it's his name. I watched the Japanese version. And the TV
But it is
drama.
Japanese.
Onizuka.
Onizuka.
Ah, that's right, Onizuka. It's quite
That
funny.
is his name, yeah.
No, it's not his name. Onizuka is his name.
Yeah.
No, that's his name.
Mitsubishi GTO.
GTO, yeah, GTO.
All right, cool.
Tons.
Cassandra B. Hey guys, how's Morrigan doing? I need to go back into looking at that. She was almost finished when we last looked at her.
Who?
Morrigan.
She was almost finished.
Remember that? What's next for Soul Calibur 2? Any chance for doing crossbreed Priscilla from Dark Souls? So Soul Calibur 2, nothing to mention right now. Crossbreed Priscilla from Dark Souls.
Yeah, Ninja Scroll. Tons of old school anime.
I haven't done some of the beautiful characters of the ladies from DS. It's time to look into that, yeah? Jefferson Google, when are you going to Vegas? Asking please, I believe that's around the time the Xenoblade XX TT will be posted. That's absolutely right. May. Is Vegas a place that you're going to plan on asking Nintendo about FD and Happy Mars Salesman? It will be part of the conversation for sure. James B. Early spring is coming soon. Any word on core range stuff like hoodies and t-shirts? You know, I've got to get that sorted out. You're right. With Alucard, so not yet, but we should look into that. With Alucard finally up for PO, when should we expect his daddy Dracula to come up? Well, Dracula's already at the physical stage and the painting stage. So the answer is very, very soon. We could have that. What? How long do you guys want? 6 months? What do you want? Let me know. 5 months? 4 months? Let me know. I haven't done anything apart from Death in 3D is done for Death. So if Alucard does well, I'll push the button on Death. We can have that turned around in 8 months, meaning that if we went 4 and 4 and 4, it means we can have 3 in the line in basically within 8 months. 3 things up for pre-order. So start day 1 is Alucard, 4 months later Dracula, and 4 months later Death. Let me know if that's what you want. Do you want 5 months in between? Let us know. We said before, you can't handle it all at once. If you want, I'll make it next week. Next week. Oh, what? Double. Today.
Right now. Where am I loading?
With the SD lines, with the SD line started, any movement on other projects like plushies? Not yet. There has, now that we're back from Chinese New Year, I can look into that a little bit closer. With Q1 almost over. I can't believe it's almost over. It's ridiculous. Any idea who will be the first Q2 first pre-order? Probably Guts, because we're probably going to likely not get him in at the end of this month, but probably beginning of next month, and that's probably where it'll be, if everything goes smoothly. Troy Blair, how is True Form Minna doing, and do you see a pre-order in the near future or more further down the road? The answer is, it's now with Nintendo. I don't bother putting it on the list until they approve it, and once they approve it, then that's going in next. Like, everything pushed back straight in. Jump the queue. It's been too long for this since the Zelda launch. Ivan Lobo, can we expect Gabriel Belmont in 2019? Probably. Yeah, sounds about right. William Jamil Manuel. I know Alex doesn't pick favourites with F4F Statutes, but since you've got such a good relationship with gaming heads, which one of theirs is your favourite? Not trying to break any rules, trying to see where your personal tastes take you. Well, if you talk about the ones that I worked on, all my babies do. But you know, certainly, I had a personal. I quite enjoyed working on that Doom diorama, just because it was quite fun, just to sort of look at the original image and then make it into the diorama itself. I quite enjoyed that. Just thinking, what else did I make there? You know, Kratos on the throne. That was nice. That Dragonborn. Patted myself on the back there.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, that was quite special. The OG Heavy. My first thing I made for them when I was there. Oh, I enjoyed that. Reminiscing, memory lane. Yeah, it's not really necessarily about the characters or about it. It's about how true was it to the source material. Lin Kim, any Bayonetta updates? Slowly but surely. I can tell you that her gun will make you... I don't know if we actually announced that we were doing that.
Her guns.
Did we
Her guns, yeah?
Yeah. Did we mention that? Did we mention that? Did we mention it? Oh. I don't think anyone realised that I linked anything. Okay, so it's be okay. Just act like nothing happened.
Act
Okay?
like nothing happened.
Act like nothing was leaked. All right. Okay.
The mic's still off. No one's paying attention anyway.
I think that's okay. Michalowski Jr. Hey guys, been waiting for Alucard for what seems like forever. Ultimately on Dracula Death and Richter. Well, okay. Dracula's obviously done. Dracula's Death is coming, and Richter, there's nothing on that. Show me how that would be, you know, please, let's see there's some love for this line. Really hope so. How soon after Alucard can we expect the next in the SOTN line? So, as I said, Dracula's done. Let me know. 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. So next week, let me know. 2, I'll be back my live stream after a short break and streaming since Symphony of the Night on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Boom! Please do promote it in the club. Guys, if you, you know, like to see a little bit more about Symphony of the Night, see it in action. And Greg is really good at these games. I just look at him playing and I'm going, damn! Like, he's going to get mashed. Nope, he don't know how he does it. But he manages to get out of there. So Gregor the Game, do go ahead and post those links in the club when you're doing them. Also, shout out to Stephen Reed, one of my best friends in the club, who just lost his mother. Very sorry to hear about that, Stephen Reed. He always has a Mega Man logo as his profile pic, and he was instrumental as part of the OG crew for Rallying Zero. So very sorry to hear about that, Stephen, and you know, we wish you the best, and you know, our thoughts are with you. Robert Elliott, since nobody guessed the answer last week, I'll try again this week with a slight addition. Inside a locked room, Mary is found dead. She was alive and well when she entered. The room is empty, save for the small pool of water Mary is lying in, and there's some shards of glass. Despite the water and the glass, there are no visible signs of injury to Mary, and she did not drown. There is nothing wrong with the air in the room, nor anything odd about the room itself. Mary did not die of old age or starvation, nor due to poison or a disease. In fact, it's immediately obvious to anyone who entered the scene that what caused Mary's death. How did Mary die? And I did look it up, and yeah, she's a fish.
Right.
So the glass is smashed around, and it's her aquarium has died. As Joshua Harmon wrote underneath as well. Oh. You know, it's like the Symphony of the Night, the inverted thing, Chocks, the way it happens, just in case you didn't know, we talked about that in the stream anyways, in the documentary. There is, you're fighting Richter at the end, and you can kill him and finish it, all done. Thank you very much. all over, the game is done. But there's this little purple, sort of green orb at the top that you don't even like pay attention to. Normally it's like, oh, it's one of his familiars, or it's something that's trying to attack you, just ignore it, right? You're too busy trying to kill the hell out of Richter, and what you do is, but of course, if you hit it 4 or 5 times, and you don't kill Richter, the whole thing, it's that massive Easter egg where it's literally half the game gets revealed, the castle turns upside down, and for the first time you're like, what the hell? Did that just happen? And the great thing, of course, is, the unfortunate thing is, Chocks, those moments, those DMX moments, they don't exist anymore. You'll get spoiled instantly. You have people who didn't realize coming out now and go, oh, I had no idea.
Right.
Likewise, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because, sorry, Robert Elliott, type that shit in Google. Mary's a fish. Done. Sarah Arrington, how's Shiranui? What's the number you'd like to see in the poll to consider a Kami prop line? Well, Shiranui is coming along nicely. I submitted that to Capcom 2 days ago. What is this number you'd like to see in the poll? Consider, well, those numbers are looking pretty low. I don't think. What was it? The Thunder Edge was like not even 100. So I'm not doing anything until I see them up to 600-700 and for that sort of stuff. And I don't see that happening for that. So you know, Akami's not the thing for. It doesn't seem to be particularly the thing for life-size props. It's just a question. If the indie polls do well, Shantae, Ori and the Blind Forest, Cuphead, would you put them in their own slot on your website alongside Shovel Knight, or would you consider Hololight? No, they would not be the same. Shovel Knight has enough to be his own characters, especially because we're going to be doing a green variant, maybe a black variant, right? In the future, as we were talking about that before, where those variants,
black and blue and red, and
those
green.
variants do not count towards having to have that if you want to have the next in the line, which would say is Plague Knight or Spectre Knight, for example. Okay, guys?
Yeah. We'll explain that later down the road.
Yeah. It's the same sort of concept for Fighter Kirby and Shadow Kirby, right? Shadow Fighter Kirby.
Shadow Fighter.
That's Shadow Fighter Kirby.
Shadow Fighter Kirby.
Did you say shot?
Yeah, that's what you said, because you said it really quick. You said Shadow and then you went Shadow. There's a new character there, Shadow Fighter.
Any more classic anime titles on the back burner, like Slayers or perhaps Tenchi, Love Hina, and even Pet Shop of Horrors? Back burner in terms of working them on the download, the answer is we're not working on anything on the download now. We've already done all of those reveals. So the answer is go TT, go Rally, RTF, show that those up there are fans for those, and then we can always look into it. Dylan Freeman, how do these lives even work? Indeedy. JC letting him know. Much appreciated. Max Freshaw, are there plans for Kirby series that aren't of Kirby himself, like King DDD, Waddle Dee? And the answer to that is, once Warp Star goes online and we see how that does, we will then rally a poll and see. We will do a TT for Waddle Dee. For King DD.
New character names now. Waddle Dee.
Waddle Dee, yeah.
Yeah.
Waddle.
DD Warp Star.
King DD will then have his poll with images like we did for Warp Star, because we already made him. Is the point?
Shadow DD, a fighter DD.
Yeah. Will the proposed Shadow Kirby variant use the Amazing Mirror or Triple Deluxe design? We can worry about that later. Let's have a play first. I'm still in two minds about whether or not we do it. Dabeed Kurt. Shout out to Dabeed. Are you live streaming? Are you live writing? Number one, it's the first week of March, so it's time to ask for March. Have you put any thoughts into the pose of Ed and Ein, or done any development of work at all on Cowboy Bebop's Dynamite Duo? The answer is zero work, and I don't plan to do any work on that until at least someone's in pre-order. Faye is already deep in development, and I'll continue with her to finish her up for 3D, and then we go to physical once we launch one of the others, because we have them in hand. 2, can we get a shout out for the Modern Amy Rose poll, which is about to hit your goal you set for it? For that goal, what was that goal, and has it moved?
Yeah, it's been moving.
But I
It's
mean,
like countdown. People are counting down. It's like 100.
to what?
98. 99.
What number is it hitting?
No, sorry, not 99.
550?
Something like that, yeah.
Really?
It's
Or was it back when
People kept
when like the polls were like, oh, 450, and that's what we want to see, because those days I've done.
It's probably those days. You know, people counting down was like, oh, 90, 50.
What's the number? 500 plus.
See, the countdown has been bumping it pretty much every day. And Dan's like, only 44 left. And like David also made a separate blog post on his website, Gamer Toy News. So people were sharing that out as well. Brought in some more people, hopefully.
Not bad.
No love for the classic Amy. Too young for classic Amy.
Not bad at all. All right. Is the next PO after Alucard loosely being targeted for 2 weeks from now, or are you aiming for a lot longer? I think we're going to do it for we're going to do it for 3 weeks, and the reason why is if we did it 2 weeks and then 2 weeks, what would happen there is that Friday would be right on Good Friday, and Kanako said, mate, you're fucking taking me on holiday for Easter because you screwed me in Chinese New Year. You were working on Chinese New Year launching Artorias SD, so screw you, Alex, you're taking me out on Easter for holiday. I was like, but that's Friday Q&A. She said, it's Friday Q, it's a launch day, and she's like, and that means I've got to be back for Tuesday. And she's like, nah, man.
Which one is it?
What?
Good
if
Friday.
we had done, yeah, Good Friday's 30th.
Uh-huh.
Right? So maybe I'll still be here on the 30th, but if I launch something, I've got to be back on Tuesday. Is the problem, right? Because it's the launch line. So it's not just the Friday, it's the Tuesday as well. Validation Tuesday. I can't just launch it on Friday and then fuck off for a week, right? I've got to be back on Tuesday, so we can't go on holiday. But look at me all crazy. Now, I know, I'm saying on a Q&A we launch a product, right?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
I have to be back on Tuesday.
I know.
So if I launch something on that Friday, which is a holiday,
Yeah.
and the kids are off school and they're
Yeah.
going, take me on holiday, right? Then I can't do that and go for like Saturday and Sunday and Monday. I'll be back on Tuesday.
You're gonna be disappointed again, Kanako.
So the plan is, so if we don't do it 2 weeks and then another 2 weeks, that means because the kids are like, take me on holiday, what we can do is if we delay the next launch to 3 weeks and then go into 2 weeks, it means we miss that bit.
Sure.
Yes.
Why?
Because look, we were going to launch it here and then launch it there. That's 2-2. But this week I can't be here. Kanako's like, take me on holiday because the kids aren't there, yeah? Yeah, 2-2.
So you did it there.
So we're there and then there, exactly. That would be the plan. And that we had to do that because we know it takes longer than 2 weeks. Mate, I'll be all up for it, but you know, it's a practicality. I have to use some justification for it.
Yeah.
Kind of wasn't quite off screen enough. It wasn't quite off screen enough.
I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna rewind and watch that back.
All right, okay. For Alex, you wake up one morning and have transformed into the Care Bear that you're most like. What Care Bear are you most like? Chocks' Grumpy Bear.
That's right.
What are all the Care Bears?
I don't know. What other all the names? The usual stuff, right?
Like Happy and Sleepy and Dumpy and all
like
those, like
seven
the seven
dwarfs.
dwarfs.
Yeah.
Cheer Bear, Share Bear, Funshine Bear, Grumpy Bear, Tenderheart Bear, Harmony Bear, Wonderheart Bear, Braveheart Lion.
That's not a bear then, is
Yeah,
it?
it's not a bear, is it? Share Bear.
Funshine, isn't it? For Funshine, having fun is job number 1.
Oh, I've been having fun today, haven't I?
Yeah.
Charles! Jeffrey!
See, this is off the screen.
I think I would be Cheer Bear. Rally the fans, I believe. Can I be Cheer Bear?
Yeah. What? Did I?
Jake Mayer, Chocks.
What? What's Jake's? Oh. If you could have one quirk from MHA, which would it be and why? Well, you know, the best quirk. Who has the best quirk?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, who has the best quirk? I don't want to spoil it for you, you know, but, you know.
What's a quirk? I know what a quirk is, but is that what a
Yeah,
quirk is?
like in the anime is like,
A power?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like nowadays everyone, it's become a common thing. Everyone has a quirk, right?
Like a power?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So what's All Might's?
well,
Turning into
do
the
you
All
want me to
Might.
tell you?
Well, I know there's like a
Well, he
Ouija
was
All Might.
born without a quirk.
Oh no! Don't go too much history
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
so-
Just tell me.
So
Like,
basically,
is his quirk like that he turns into All Might? That's his quirk.
Hmm?
Is that his thing? Like he goes from like the weedy
you're
dude.
talking about All Might, yeah?
Well, I'm talking about the weedy dude. I'm assuming
Yeah.
the weedy dude has the,
The weedy
quirk
dude,
and he
yeah.
turns into All Might.
Has the quirk and turns into All Might.
Toshiro, whatever his name is.
Well,
Is that what the
I
quirk
don't want
is?
to give it away.
Oh, right,
I don't want
okay.
to give it away. Everyone has a quirk, right? Generally, you know, people are born with a
Okay,
quirk.
give me a non-specific character's quirk, like a random.
I don't know.
quirk.
Let's say the person can you know, do fire or blow wind or do like,
That sounds like a pretty cool thing.
yeah, but everyone you're born with it, and then like you can develop it, right? You go
Okay.
to
Schools.
the schools and stuff to
Alright.
develop it. So, but there are the main character is quirkless, right? He doesn't have any,
Okay.
and then but he wants to be a hero,
Mm.
that kind of. So it starts off.
So
kind
what
of
would you go for?
Well, the best in it.
What's that?
Well, I'll give it away if I said it. It's not something you're born with,
Yeah. Okay.
right? So these guys would know. It's something. I'd rather be quirkless, and then become.
Is there a quirk of making money?
Is there a quirk? It probably is, right?
Oh, lolly.
Yeah,
Oh, lolly.
maybe. Yeah.
I want that one.
Well, there's a character in the anime where she can create whatever material. That's her quirk, right? She can create any material as long as she knows how it's made. Like the structure, the combination. Let's say cement. You
Mm.
need a certain amount of this and that to make cement, right?
Mm.
So as long as that person
She knows the raw materials.
she knows the raw materials, the minerals or whatever it is, and then she can make whatever she
Mm.
wants.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get some shitty quirks, but you get some decent
Mm.
quirks, yeah.
Nikolai Onescu, when is Jin, Fu, and Samurai Champ being made? This whole idea of icon ultimate forms is also the same concept for Jin, so that's maybe a bit more excited about it.
Nikolai. But Nikolai's been a popular boy lately.
What happens out the club stays
out
the
the club.
Chris Q Jin. He is back at it again, in it to win it. Remember the interview back then? All good. Shout out. We're going to kick it off, Chocks. Shout out Austin Paul, how's it going? May Cassandra B, how's it going? Nikolai in the house. We have Lynn Kim, shout out to you. Colton Shane Myers hitting up with the Bayonetta. James B, how's it going? Oh, we got the power duo there. We have Cassie B and James B in the house. Ashley Liang, how's it going? Colin Matthew Vartrolik, how's it going? Jake May, and last but not least, the B.
David.
Jeffrey,
Yeah.
can I come check? It's been half an hour.
More 15 minutes for the rendering reveal.
Takes time.
Okay lah. Mark Johnson, what would happen if I got Snake 1300? Then Psycho Mantis only had 1000 made and I verified my same number. What would happen is, as we ran this before, when Sif came out, the answer is, unfortunately, just get the lowest number. It's the lowest number when possible. And we should always state that when we do the next line, when available. Jake Mayer, you said 300 was a little bit disappointing for Mugen. What would be a number for animes that you would deem acceptable? Isn't All Might about to hit 1K? That's all right. No, the answer is, you know, really, any one of our product launches really needs to be hitting 500 at a bare minimum. Otherwise, it's, yeah, 500 really needs to be
What?
where we're at per launch. Would you agree with that, Chocks? 550?
Oh, launch. Yeah. Go on, guys. We've got targets to hit.
Yes, I know we can say, oh, anime should be less and lower, and I agree. Just in terms of, it's hard to...
Well, we'll know what happens this year, because last year, like we said, last year was mainly development. This year is really
It'll be more and more.
We won't know how things go until probably next year from that, because we've got to release that stuff and we're going to wait for people's reaction to the actual physical product out in the market. Yeah. So, yeah.
Randy Gerard's guts is going to be huge and heavy. How is that foot peg going to be able to support all that weight without bending over time? You're going to wait until we see the making of. You'll see the monster poles that go in between, all that sort of stuff. Don't worry, it's taken into account. Stephen Banjo Miller, any chance for a Tokyo Ghoul TT? There's always chances. Never know when it could strike. What time will Castlevania's Alucard go for pre-order? Asked Chris, and the answer is right after the stream finishes, after we do the Feeding Frenzy. Cedric Bardo, I have 2 questions for you this week. What's a Persona Day and Night combo pack? I don't know. What is it? Number 2, I can't wait for Guts. I know it's not a question, but I already can't wait. Just bring it already. Much appreciated for the support. Jose and Angel Perez Prol. Something from Genos? The answer is...
We'll look into that, and then get Chris to...
Yeah, you do. Remember that, yeah, Genos. It's right at the end. It's like, done. Kaneda Shotarao. Please don't forget Darksiders. I'm freaking out. And I'm freaking out about Alucard X. Much appreciated. Yeah, so Darksiders is... You know, if we can do this with Darksiders, and this is what I'm thinking about Darksiders, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, otherwise...
Yeah.
Yeah? That's the sort of thing where it's like...
Should always be like that anyway.
But, alright, yeah. Yeah, good luck with that. Sometimes you just know, right?
Yeah,
You're like,
sometimes
you
know.
just know. Sometimes
Yeah,
you think...
but sometimes you
I've got to
think
say...
you might as but the thing is, you should always start off with that and
well,
try.
You know, you might...
You might get lucky. Like with, you might get lucky, like, for example, with this.
Well, kind of is,
Until,
kind of isn't.
Until...
Yeah, kind of is.
Until that happens.
Yeah, but that's not quite yet. But it kind of is, but kind of isn't. But only because
But we got lucky.
But we don't actually. Yeah, but we don't actually have it. Like we don't actually have it. It's not actually. It's just like, oh come on, don't be dicks. It's more like that in the media. It's like,
Really?
Of course we don't.
I thought we did.
No, we don't. Of course we don't. It's more like, don't be knobs.
Nah.
Are you kidding me? Of course we don't have it.
I thought you showed it.
Nah. Nah.
Like they.
Nah. Yeah, that's no. They amended that shit, and that wasn't to the. Are you kidding me? It was to the actual like the license. That it was to like their name. It was like, it's like we had exclusive. Like some shit like that.
Well, you should have sold it. You should have went, oh, okay, yeah, and then sell it.
Okay, this is the way the licenses actually go down. Actually, yeah, you license it from us. Yeah. So I think we were this. I'm quite surprised, to be honest with you. I think there is literally.
What is that? Is that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it is.
Good.
That's for sure because we know. For
Yeah,
sure
we
there's
know
other-
for sure. Yeah.
And the other one is
That one there.
yeah, but that we asked and they said no. But it's almost like a kind of rule that they won't be novices. But like,
Yeah.
like we can't do that, but we won't. Like,
Right.
I'll hold you to that.
Mm.
There's different levels
Yeah,
of
yeah.
and you know for
We'll trust you for now.
yeah, I'll be like,
Yeah. It has to be.
because like it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, that's the only way I would tickle that. Because there's some levels like yeah, and that's an amazing feeling to feel like, as in like that
Yeah.
we're at that we can be like, yo.
But we should always.
Wow. But of course.
So they'll always think.
It's always nice.
But
That's always the best kind, mate.
fill in the gaps, guys. Oh.
Frederick Harris is loving the Castlevania lines, much appreciated. Benedict Brechwizel. Does Spyro delay also impact the shipping of other figures, especially Mugen? Or those not connected anyway? They are not connected, they're different factories. Carlos Alves is after the points, and this is not the same Carlos who was being a knobhead at the beginning, so I'm assuming otherwise he was in the club. Asking for points, because we...
No, that was Carlo. This is
yeah.
with an S.
Yeah. I've got 3 more questions. Is the day and night combo pack official? I thought we just had that. I don't even know what you're talking about. If not, could you please change the name to night and day? I don't even know what you're talking about. 3, are you annoyed yet? I'm never annoyed.
Are you annoyed yet?
Even in the face of the Chase, the Carlo, and the... Who was the other guy? Angelo,
yeah.
Yeah, and the Angelo loving. It's all good. Bonus question: any news on the car holders? We had a breakthrough last week. We haven't capitalized on that one yet. But now that people are back from Chinese New Year, we're gonna start working on that. That's super easy. Just
Which one?
card holders.
Yeah.
A critic that.
Yeah, hopefully we can maybe even get that done and take it to Gamescom. That's easy stuff.
That doesn't make sense.
Why not?
Because people who are Gamescom don't know us, and why would they want that?
Maybe just give some out as a gift.
Maybe if we do a secret handshake for the people in the club that come and join it, we'll give it to them because they have use for it, right?
Maybe it's like a
if you come
maybe
on
I
and
should
you
do
say
a quiz, innit? Like, what's the edition size of Snake?
yeah, they were like, if someone comes and goes, who's Snake? Then we go, nah, mate, you ain't getting one of these. But if someone
get
like,
off our booth.
Yeah, we go like,
Get out of there, Carlo.
you know, Angelo, get your ass out of here. Chase, get your ass out of here. So if we like to puff, puff, that's something like that, and then we know, oh yeah, you know about that. And then, here you go, mate. You're from the club. It's a secret handshake.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe we'll give out a code in the club just before we leave. And if they mention that code on the booth,
Does the devil
that means
always
you-
dance in the pale moonlight?
yeah, that means you guys are in the club. Yeah.
Video call. You know they are just typing what they had for breakfast and stuff.
Or maybe they'll bring a card. Let's say you guys bring your own card. Yeah, you got your card with you?
Boom.
Boom, here's your card holder.
They're like, oh, don't fit. I'm like, oh shit, we made it the wrong size.
Just trim it.
Trim up your card.
Trim your card. Yeah, let's do that, man.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll make some card holders. You guys bring your cards. And this guy will sign it, and we'll give you the card holder.
There you go.
For now.
That's a good idea. Alessio Bucci, does the licensor have any decision in the price? Nope. Can the licensor say this statue is too cheap, expensive, I won't approve it? That's a great question. That's a great question. It's never happened before, but that would be a bit like, your figure's too cheap. Like, okay. It's never happened before. Never happened. What there has been done is, hey, we propose to make something in this range. is what we talk about. And sometimes licensing requirements says it needs to be more than a certain amount because they might have other licensees that are doing the same characters but in a different price point, and that usually means a different scale. That's another differentiating thing from the licenses. So with regards to typically, has anyone ever dictated to us? The answer is no, but has there been an understanding that when we go to develop something that it's going to be in a certain price range? Absolutely, all the time. Nick Thieves, hey, what's up? I know I'm only here for anime. I must confess, since you picked up one of my favorite video games that I gave in and ordered Snake. Nice one, I appreciate that. Thanks for that, Nick. And but still more anime, please. Absolutely. Anyways, I was wondering if you consider doing certain lines that had a very large character pool to possibly be more affordable, especially for fans who would want every statue in the library, won't be able to afford it and does not have the space to feature so many. The answers for that was, an example of that would be Persona 5. If we got that, we would do it 1/6 because we would do all the Phantom Thieves as an example. Having looked at that poll and seen people rally for that, it would make sense to do it like that. What makes you determine if you're going to be what you're going to be doing for the base of a statue, whether to make it simple or extremely detailed or dynamic? And the answer is there is always a gut feeling. I'll tell you what, when I put up a tease for something and there's been like 2 people go yay versus 500 people comment in it, when I see 500 people comment on something, I know that there is a fan base that can handle more expensive. When I say more expensive, it allows for us to be more creative and more dynamic. That's the key. When I put out sneak peeks and if I see there's no movement on it, I think, you know what, the hype for it is low. And if it's low, we then think price sensitivity. Because what we say is, if there's lots of comments and stuff, the price becomes less, it's less about the price anymore. It's about the love for the character and the franchise. And therefore, we can have more money to play with. What I mean by that, I'm not talking about profit here. I'm talking about the SRP can be higher. And that means we can be more creative. We are limited by what we believe people like. Are people willing to buy it no matter what? If that's the case, we can be super, super, super creative. If we feel that people were like, yeah, I'll buy it, but only if it's cheap, then absolutely affects the way that we then develop it. So when I put out super sneaks early and I see that there's no movement, you're gonna see it's gonna be a cheaper price point because I'm trying to attract people. That people will go, you know what, fuck it, I'll buy it because it's cheap. That's what I'm banking on or hoping on. Of course, if it's like, so that's my thought process. If I see lots of people are really interested in it, and then, you know, I'm like, that's great. People are willing to buy it regardless, and therefore we can be more creative. We can put up the SRP, which allows for us to make something more bigger, creative, bigger base, dynamism, all this sort of stuff, and that's what happens. If Guts is possible to be shipped in 2 boxes, does that mean the shipping cost will be much higher? Well, if there is a size of 3 meters in girth, and if you go over that, it all of a sudden becomes astronomically more expensive because you have to ship by truck specifically to your house rather than like in the back of a van. As a result, in that scenario, it would be more expensive to make the box bigger by, let's say it was 3 meters and 1 centimeter, 3.01 centimeters. That price would cost more money than 2 separate boxes that were under 3 meters. That's the crazy thing, because the method of transportation all of a sudden becomes a different method and therefore significantly more expensive. Lastly, regards to anime, I'm not sure who you go through to get the licenses or whether it's Funimation or someone else, but if it were Funimation, it would be cool if they would agree to advertise upcoming anime statues. I don't know if that's possible or anything, but it would be great. Same things with group pages on Facebook, since I've posted on certain anime posts about coming POs. Already developed that. Many people ask where to get the statue. This shows that the word is not reaching out to the fans, etc., etc. No idea about the move game. Well, you know, that's a great question, but we actually
we did.
Funimation. We actually
when we planning to go to NYCC, we actually hit up a few of these licensors and basically, you know, say, hey, it's, you know, we're coming over, we would like to meet you. It's, you know, we've been having back and forth emails as normal, you know, like submissions and approvals, etc. And it would be nice to meet them face to face. And we thought, hey, let's go check them out. And then, you know, we met we met a bunch of great guys at the Funimation booth, and you know, we still kept in touch, and they helped us out. Some of the influencers that are into anime, they helped us out. They shared it on their posts, and yeah, when the time comes for any pre-order launches, definitely we always hit up in advance and let these licensors know that we're going to do a pre-order launch, and you know, we pass on the information, and they do what they do. They, you know, they put on their magic show and do what they can for the line as well. And yeah, same with like, for example, upcoming Guts. We're definitely going to hit up, you know, Crunchyroll, and hopefully they'll sort us out with some awareness as well. So yeah, it's not just like, okay, we do our own and then that's it. No, we let the licensors know what's happening, what's up. So
yeah, we also got Stella Lee, Stella Chu, to she helped out.
Yeah.
Stuff,
She came on our booth. She took some photos with Mugen. Yeah, she was one of her favorites, and she posted it on her Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, it's been 30 minutes.
Sorry?
It's been 30 minutes.
Yeah, you can take a look.
Hold the fort, Chocks. You ain't going nowhere tonight.
Yeah, so that hopefully that answered your question, Nick. I mean, like I said, last year was mainly development, so you know, things are working behind the scenes, so we can't really promote stuff out there unless it's actually for pre-order. And sometimes, you know, having that information, you know, some stuff needs to be approved before we can actually show it out. For example, like our phones, obviously we want to show some sneak peeks, but you know, if the licensor says, hey, hold on, don't show anything out, then you know, we got to respect that, and we can't show it sometimes. So you know, when it comes to, like, for example, Guts and Cowboy Bebop and Gurren Lagann and all that stuff, obviously we need to, it's a whole different ball game. We've got to respect the anime guys, the licensors, and then if they say go ahead, and you know, like, you know, we even thought about going to like AX, you know, Anime Expo, but you know, it's new to us, and we felt we did not have enough items to show at the booth. So there's no point spending all that money on something that is not going to be up for pre-order until this year or later on in the year. So, but first of all, we need, there's still tons and tons of gamers that don't know about us, because there's always going to be new gamers in the gaming industry, and you know, that's why one of the reasons we want to go to Gamescom is purely gamer centric, and a lot of these guys don't collect resins. So if we could establish ourselves at these bigger gaming conventions, and you know, at least new gamers and old gamers, they know about us, we hopefully can do the same thing for anime. You know, once we have a few animes underneath our belts, sure, we would love to go to specific anime conventions and share that out. So, you know, try and go two different paths, but using the same kind of methods and experiences that we've gathered. So, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, we do send out samples to the licensors, so if they say they want some statues from us, then yeah, we'd be happy to send some out. And you know, they're guys that work, for example, Funimation. The guys that work in Funimation, obviously, if they want some statues from us, then yeah, we'd be happy to comply with that. John Morales, Chocks, will you buy the Persona 5 line? Hey, if we had a Persona 5 line, sure. I love Persona 5. I love Persona 4. So, you know, I love the Atlas games. I'm a big fan of Atlas and Sega. So, yeah. I look forward to the anime as well. The new anime that's coming out. Where's Alex? Alex has just gone out talking to Jeffrey. Jeffrey is showing Alex some stuff, and hopefully if those guys are happy with what they've seen when it comes to Alucard launch, hopefully, I don't know, half an hour or so, maybe we got something nice to show you. Jeffrey's been very hard this week at work. hasn't had much sleep, so he needs to get this stuff done. And after that, hopefully, once this video is done, he can work on that Majora's Mask production video that your guys have been waiting for. The drop test. I've got some pictures that I want to post as well, but I want to post it at the same time as the video goes out, so hopefully sometime next week. That's right, Daniel, the music is in the background. F4F2B, this week's hashtag for a chance to win 500 reward points. Toe Jamino game, Statute, yeah. Enjoyed that game back in the day. There's a new one coming out soon. Hopefully that can bring us some fun memories. Chris Cruz, are you guys releasing any more retail F4F statues? You mean PVCs, right? PVC statues? Sure. I mean, there's going to be so much more true form PVC statues coming out. And plenty more SD line coming out. CNY for Jeff? No, we all had CNY in Hong Kong. It was only for 2 days. It was like a Friday and a Monday. That Friday, Alex and I were doing a stream, but the other guys, they had their rest, but it felt like there was no holiday because it's really short. I hopped on them. Oh, thanks, Courtney. Majora's Mask waitlist. We're very excited to get those out, but we're at the same time we're quite anxious of those because obviously you guys know about SIF, but we made sure that that transportation test has been done on Majora's Mask. So hopefully you guys were happy with that one. Yes, Candice. Hopefully we can all leave tonight. Yep, Super Nintendo. I've had those. I've been through quite a lot of consoles, so I'm quite a varied gamer. So there's no particular favorites. You know, I like a mixture of all the different games. So I'm quite fair.
Jayo.
Chocks, while Alex is not here, can you confirm the P5 19-day combo pack?
I knew it would be Cedric asking that question.
Yeah.
Chris Hildebrand. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just reading comments from the live
cool,
stream. Yeah.
Chris Hildebrand Jr. Alex, I was very impressed last week when you were able to name off different series that everyone was here for. I'm curious if you know mine. That was. I saw the beats like right up. He was like, "Hey, you should watch Alex." Like reeled off all the stuff they were like. So, Chris Hildebrand Jr. is like. There's nothing specific. I don't think. I feel like you're basically any time that we talk about anime, he's there. FMA, but it's not just that. Even on fun days, he's posting lots of other. It's like it's not really video games. It's more of the anime side of things. So, Chris, I see you more as a anime side of things, with a little bit of here and there when we did Snake, a little bit of that. So I won't say anything for me. Like you have some people, which is it's all about a certain character, right? Chris doesn't stick out in a way that he's about a certain franchise. It's more of a general.
Yeah, he's got a varied palette. He's an open-minded.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris is like a regular. He's in the club all the time.
Yeah, for sure. And I think he supports a lot of the different stuff, and he likes a lot of different things. Whereas some people are very specific about what they like. So
I'm not sure what he's like outside the club, but I'm sure I could follow him closely.
Is he in?
No, I don't think he's on the stream.
Cool. Steven, total newbie question because I'm a newbie. Well, welcome. Do you put these points towards a purchase or something else? If you treat it like money, how many points is $1?
Oh, he is on the stream, Chris. See, well done, Alex.
Oh,
I'm impressed. Yeah.
Nice one, Chris. I would say yeah. So, as I said, there's nothing in particular that stands out, and that's the reason because you're not specific about something. You're very much a general
commoner,
a jack of all trades.
And know it all, not know it all,
not know it all.
Yeah, not know it all. What's any other terminologies? A bit of everything.
Not filthy casual.
Yeah.
a general.
It gets around, yeah.
A man whore. How do we get to talking about man? Sorry, Chris, that's not what we're trying to say. But basically,
Patrick goes regular. You called horse.
Yeah. So just general.
That's right. Come on, guys. Cheer on Jeffrey.
Yeah, everyone give Jeffrey your power. For sure, it's not going to be ready for the stream, but it also means that it's going to be the old school. We're going to be showing all the, you know, the exclusive version live on camera. We haven't done that for a while because normally we do the trailer.
Do we not show the exclusive on them? Oh, so we do the unveiling live.
Yeah, we haven't done. That's what we used to do. Then Jeffrey made the trailers for impacting on the Friday Q&A, and for the Ornstein, we did that.
So it's kind of an early showing then.
Yeah, but pretty much, yeah. So you don't quite get, yeah, so it's like we show it all there, and then we sort of go into a bit more detail with it in our hands. We won't have that this time round. It will still be old school.
Hey, JB, it's a different Jeffrey. Not Jeff, but Jeffrey.
What did Jessica
No,
do to...
You know, that picture, the birthday picture.
Oh, right, yeah.
The birthday picture of everyone, and it's showing
Jamie's, yeah?
Yeah.
That's
Jamie's
very cool.
birthday pic.
Oh, we should have... we can review. Jamie Bailey, shout out. Amazing post. Really enjoyed it, and it was...
Spent the whole day posting, alright?
It was amazing. The problem was, though, that it would, like... The way that Facebook is, it's almost like you should have done a post per... update, if that makes sense. Think about the. I know you did it. I know,
but it would have been hard for, let's say, somebody joining midway through the day. They won't know what the hell happened before.
Correct, but
and
you know,
they
it
won't
was
understand
like.
the concept of,
but you know, it's like the update, and then you like he talks about it, but it doesn't make any sense unless you're looking at the picture. So you have to like, oh, he talks about it.
I think what,
but then
what,
you have
I
to
think
go
what would have been
find it.
easiest is the update comment should have been below. So you always start off the top and you keep on going down. So it makes sense because for new guys that join in later, they had to scroll all the way down. But again,
the problem is you can't have picture, comments, picture,
No,
which would be the best way to do it. I mean, obviously you can't do it, and that would have been.
Or you could just post a picture and then within each picture you post a comment. Yeah. So you click on the first picture and then you just keep on scrolling.
Yeah, I think you should have done it single picture every single time. Yeah. Single picture every time. Next year, mate, if there is a next year, value the fans. Let's get him to do it next year. But post it. One update, as long as it's okay, not a like.
Well, you got
general...
a whole year. Jamie's on the stream.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Jamie, you got a whole year to figure out
but,
this.
you know, it's definitely really time consuming, of course. And he felt, and I'm sure, like some of the ones people would see them, and some wouldn't, and because it was like the F4F Baywatch.
Yeah.
The F4F watch was great. A lot of people saw it. A lot of people commenting.
He's mentioned about it because he's posting a sneak about the zero. Shirinoi when it got zero response.
Exactly, and I think it's because it was within the. So of course you can have as long as it doesn't make sense like, oh, I'm off to go and have my real dinner with my my real birthday party
with my real friends.
My real birthday party. Oh, sorry guys, I've got to do that. Okay, that doesn't need to have its own post. That's cool, right? But when you like, oh, it's like coming up to the actual here's a new picture, boom, and you know what? Jamie, why don't you post them individually? The ones that didn't get seen, just the cool ones. Yeah, the cool ones. But the ones I mean is the ones that you did the edits. Just put them out one by one so people can see it. I'm sure people didn't see it, and I feel like a lot of that hard effort that you did, no one saw it. And yeah, so that's what you should do. So for example, the one that you did for Alucard, you did Michael Jackson, right? Michael Jackson, and then in the comments you can show the original picture.
What about just doing a video, looping it?
No,
like a slideshow. Then you would have Then it might have.
No, but you can't update it one by one. But I'm saying
at the end of it, just change it to a slideshow.
Maybe what you should do is do a retroactive repost of all the images in a video and post it again so people can see it.
Yeah, like a.
Although a lot of the details that he
did,
now he did a postmortem within it and sort of said about
the overall thing at the end, yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of the details are really hard to see in a video format because it downgrades it so much, and there's so many.
Even the picture I couldn't see. One of the pictures where in the restaurant is like right in the far desert. I was on my desktop, I still couldn't see it.
Yeah, it was like, what's the word? Sonic running across Mugen's feet sticking out the thing. Only because he said it that I saw it. But
I saw Sonic. I didn't see Mugen sticking his feet out. Yeah.
John Morales, regarding Samurai Champloo, would it be possible to do a combo upper body ideas, see if it potentially sells as a 1/4 bust that can be swapped with a standard body.
Who? Who? Who are we looking at now? I mean, sorry.
John Morales says the way to do Jin actually to make it a combo with a base as a bust, and the bust can then be swapped rather than just having 2 upper torsos. Would that work?
Eh?
How to think about that? Be some extra engineering, but Eric Stegan, how many revisions to his face were there, and also which were you happiest with? There were many revisions, and I was happy it was the one that everyone was like happiest with, because it was the one that everyone voted yes. It was a long time ago though. Randy Gerards, are there plans for to further improve FlexiPay? For example, if you're on a 12-month plan and already 3 months have passed, can you change it to a 6-month plan? Oh, haven't thought about that. Changing between plans. In the future, we plan to do it something where you can change everything, what day you want to pay it, and that's what we plan to do in the future.
We're changing plans right now would be manually, and there would be a fee, I think.
I'm not sure. I'm saying in the future we will work towards that it's all automated. So Brenton says, when you remove payment plan, how does the office get notified? Remove payment plans for the in-stock items Saturday. I haven't got last payment taken out yet. Should I email CS on Monday if there's no movement? So what happens is, we usually take payments on a Monday. I guess it should appear. So yeah, if you don't get charged on Monday, I removed the payment plan for in-stock items on Saturday, last Saturday, i.e. a week ago, then I should have emailed them now, because it should have been charged already, I would have thought. Yeah, do let me know in a PM or something how that went down.
Email them.
Hunter, is Genos still planned to have a complimentary pose to Saitama? Yep. It is.
Bus display. You just
Complimentary pose, yeah, I mean just looking at each other.
Stand. A bus stand.
Ranitraz, for Orni, do you already know which pieces go in which of the 2 boxes? Yes, I believe it's the sword and the base. Off the top of my head, I can't. The shield, sorry, the spear and the base. Is that right?
The double spears. The double spears
double
in the box.
spears and the base. I think. That's
double
what it is,
spears and the base.
And then the character, I believe.
Yeah. Or the character with the base and the double spears on its own base, on its own box.
Candace Hill, have the strict license laws for FMA given you permission for a sneak of Alphonse? And the answer is no. I haven't asked.
Nope.
Anthony Lazard, if Jin from Samcham sells like Mugen and Full, it's still going to be considered or no way? And the answer is depends how many of the ultimate version was sold.
Ultimate Fool.
Jerry Baker, what's the answer to the riddle from last week? And the answer was Mary's a fish. Tobias Benz, how is
Mary.
is Majora's Mask X now on a boat to EU warehouse? The answer is no. No one's even got back. No one's even at the factory yet. So no, not going to be for a while. Michael Pilot.
What?
FMA questions.
FMA week.
It's going to get hard to be original since you really can't talk about it. Yeah, exactly. Alright, let's try it. Michael Pilot, again, this is like, is not a jack of all trades. He's the king of FMA. Yeah.
It's alright, this is good.
No, that's cool, but I'm just saying, like, you're talking about
more people talk
Hildebrand.
about anime.
Yeah, Hildebrand is like general, all of it. And this guy is no, it's only FMA.
It's alright.
That's cool.
So that's what we want, more anime guys in the club as well, so...
One, considering the only thing we know about Alphonse is his size, is it safe to assume he will ship in 2 boxes like Guts? The answer is very likely. 2, I know it all depends on the sale of the line, but after Ed and Al, would you go do a protagonist or an antagonist next? We're going to rally the fans and check what people want. Considering Al is hollow, I know the statue won't, but will it look like that? Will it look like it's hollow? What kind of magic did you use? And the answer is, I've sorted it. Something I wanted to make sure.
Which one is this?
Engineering genius.
Ah, that one. The helmet and the armor, yeah? Yeah, we had discussions on that.
We got that
Yeah.
tight.
Use
Sort of.
real magic. It actually...
It looks cool. The effect.
Pretty sure you can't talk about
Pretty sure you can't talk about it, but with the eyes glow red for the X. That's my. I can't confirm or deny. Go with a round head. I'm not nodding, and I'm not saying no.
Can my cat fit inside our phones?
How big is your cat? Will the clothing of Alphonse be made of actual cloth? Will it be made out of resin? It will be made out of resin. About bases, is there similarity between Ed and ours bases, like the same scene or landscape? The answer is the bottom bit will be the same. Like the kind of band that goes around the bottom. He's not able to watch a stream this time, so he'll be in the hospital. Well, sorry to hear that. Hope you get well soon. He'll be back again next week for Who Dat and take it all. Ain't no one getting anywhere near there. Michael Pillard also thought, will Mugen get an LCW? And the answer is no. Anthony Lazard, will Alucard come with a roasted chicken in the wall? Alucard questions will be answered very shortly. Daniel Valentine, who's next on the Soul Calibur line 2? Hopefully Ivy or Cervantes. Well, Ivy more than Cervantes. But maybe there's someone in between then. One more. Hopefully Alex says that the choices for Darksiders were too split. How many votes would one of the choices need to have for it to be pursued? The same. 500. Liam Thomas, you've mentioned that $100 resins like Fierce Link aren't possible anymore. Out of curiosity, if you were to make Fierce Link again, identical to how it was made before, how much would it cost now? Ugh, I wouldn't make it the same way now because it looks fucking terrible. The paint needs to have like shading and tweaks, and if you're talking about the quality of the paint was just rubbish. If you talk about like super clean lines, super well done, and even if the paint effects are the same, but at least done cleanly and perfectly and engineered well, what does it cost? Prices have tripled since then, so that's probably your answer. I'm talking. What is it? 1/12. It's what 1/6 scale, isn't it? Yeah, $300. Fierce thing was what, $129? $300 now. Mohit, Alex and Chocks. Hope you're fine and the family as well. Thank you very much. Very well.
Thank you.
Tanya and I bought tickets for Gamescom Wednesday. If you need help, we will get tickets for Thursday too. We would help you out on Wednesday, enjoy the convention on Thursday, and you can PM me anytime. Much appreciated for the support. And if you're being on the stream, bring a card. You may just leave with a card holder. Are we saying one card holder per one person? Not like, hey, I've got 20 cards.
Well, sure. I mean,
there's one, yeah?
Yeah.
Per person.
And then it'll just, then we have to like have some rules.
Yeah. Sergio Bardo, Alex, if you don't go for the Jin full combo, would you make it stand like an additional bust? Didn't you just ask me that question? Is it too soon to speak out about that? Okay, let's all guts then. Could you release it already? I'm ready to send you my blood and all my money, of course. Much appreciated, Cedric. It's coming and it will be worth it. 3 feeling annoyed yet? No? No. Cool as a cucumber. Nana say, hey guys, you have confirmed Alucard won't be getting a larger base, but did you ever consider giving Alucard a super exclusive, more expensive version with a larger environmental base like Berserk Guts? Nope. I know you wanted to keep the price low, but the option would have been nice to see a lot of people hoping for a larger environmental base. Yeah, there's always nice that people would, people want lots of different things and we can't cater for everything. Also, it was made a long time ago when we have to stick with what we've done. In the opinion, the keep the price as low as possible version should be optional, but it feels like the statue has been reduced for everyone because of that reason. Similarly, if you decide to release the black base version of Guts, keep the price low as possible. If you only decide to release the black base version of Guts, keep the price as low as possible. Similarly, if you only decided to release, yeah, the answer is, this was developed many, many, many years ago and we're staying with that. And I appreciate your opinions on that. But the answer is too much different stuff. Aiden Wood, is Alphonse going to solids, or going to be solid or will be hollow to lower the weight. He will be. It depends on what areas will be hollow, which areas will be solid. Some things can, some things can't. He will be heavy. Don't worry about that. And Nana say, Phoenix Wright still going full steam ahead tomorrow? Yep. Started. I actually saw some stuff.
Yeah, I saw it as well.
Yep. JB, any bets on the sales rankings for the Bebop crew? Let's have a PM later. Victor Navarro Vilgren, hey, if we get the 500 volts goal for modern Metal Sonic, would you do some other concept before going to the higher voted? I believe most are voting the higher one to get to the 500 goal, even if they don't like it. Also, modern Amy is less than 50 votes to meet the goal. So the answer is, I'm still in two minds about metal, and I have an idea. But it's still in two minds. Also, modern Amy is less than 50 votes to meet the goal. Remind me to hit edit and go 600 plus, and we're talking.
Edit. Or just add a 1 in front of it.
Vilgreen, why Last Chance Weekend is normally 2 weeks after the normal pre-order time? I think it would be better maybe some weeks before the statue goes into production. The answer is we don't, because we want to take waitlist in the meantime. Why? Why? We do it because we want to have the numbers to go into production. So we can place the order.
I mean, that's like going back to the old system when you say it would be better some weeks before the statue goes into production. Because sometimes it's better to lock it down earlier, because if we leave it all the way later, some factories might increase the price, and then it's all like, ugh.
No. Hunter, are the SDs harder to get license approval because they're so stylized? Well, we've only tested it with 2 franchises so far, and it's been a-okay. It's actually easier. It's actually easier because it's not trying to be one-to-one recreating something. JB, when is the Sig Maya plush going up for pre-order? The answer is now that the factories are back, it's back on my list. Darcy Webb. Hey guys, I have a question about Alucard for you, but probably not the one you expect. So here's the cheeky Helsing question for you both. Because another company has obtained the license for Helsing, does that mean an F4F Helsing is off the cards right now? Are you guys still considering it? I'd still love to see an F4F's take on it. I'm sure other Helsing fans in the club would. The answer is there is nothing's always off the table apart from Final Fantasy VII. Look, the answer is ask me in a year or so. Maybe I'll be more interested then. After let the other guys do their thing, we do our thing, and then if there's still demand after that, we'll do our thing.
Do that thing.
Drop it like it's hot.
Also, a quick question.
Also a quick question about Classic Crash. Has the color palette for the Crash been finalized now? Did you decide to change the color of his eyebrows to dark brown to keep them black? The answer is dark brown. Boom! And All Might is coming on nicely. That's a question. Is that a question?
That's a wish. Hope. Or
hope.
Yeah.
I hope so too, if we could ever get that license. Marc-Andre Duchamp, with the new Darksiders poll showing that fans want any option between the horse and character only. I wanted to know what your favorite option between the horse and the character only. I would like to do the horse. Actually, I'd like to do both. Fuck. I want to do them all. I'll do them both. If we were to get the Darksiders license, we would do them both, is the answer. Not just one, we'll do them both. But what will we start with? I'm not sure.
Both at the same time?
Yeah. 3 p.m. Who are your picks for UFC 222, Alex? Am I okay? Well, for the main card, I'm definitely going to go with Cyborg. I'm definitely going to go with... Right, so here's a really loaded question he's asking me, right? 3 p.m. is based out of New Jersey, right?
Right.
And the co-main event is between Frankie Edgar and Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega is undefeated, 13-0, something like that, 8-0, whatever it is. He's undefeated. He's got a bigger size advantage over Frankie, and Frankie is a scrapper, but he's definitely smaller, and he's definitely got more experience, and he is the favorite. But here's the thing: 3 p.m. rolls with Frankie because they're both from New Jersey.
Right.
So he's rolled with Frankie. Like some BJJ at the gym, he's met him, or he's like does a bit of training with him.
Right.
So let's go, Frankie. 3 p.m. Let him know that F4F is rooting for him.
Does he want to wear an F4F shirt whilst he's in the octagon?
There is a you can't do that.
No, I can't.
Nope. It's been sponsored by Reebok.
Or does Reebok want?
All he needs to do is get Frankie Edgar when he wins. Go, shout out to the boys at F4F.
Yes, that's right.
I'd like to thank, first and foremost, most importantly, the boys at F4F. Then he can thank all his teammates and all that sort of stuff later. But we come first. 3 p.m. Let him know.
Who?
Right.
That
So the.
There's not. There's more.
Yeah. Sorry,
Cedric,
Pablo.
yeah.
My question about the card holders was just to tease you a bit, but I love your answer. I know it, mate. Not annoyed. It's all good. Andrew Gersman, any news on Zero? Chocks, how are we doing with that? No, how are we doing on Zero?
Any news on Zero? Oh, for Andrew.
Yeah.
Still amending the changes, right? I'm sure. Last time, before Chinese New Year. I'll make a note of that.
Let's right now when they're starting to ramp up again, right? We got to sort of look at the timing of all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Not forgotten. Not forgotten, Andrew.
All right, cool. Let's carry on. Jeffrey, anything for me to see? Oh, don't worry. I've given up. Shit, we've only got 15 minutes to go. Okay, can we bob off Who Dat this week?
Why?
Because Who Dat's going to bring us to 1 o'clock, and we haven't even done the releases. How have we got so many questions? 3 p.m. I heard you did assessments of people last stream. Let's go with what am I all about? Okay, 3 p.m. is all about the Care Bears. I think he's up with that. He's like, and My Little Pony. He's top for that.
He loves his One Punch Man.
I know that, but I'm saying, for real, the boy's got
like some berserk.
Yeah,
tat.
He's got a berserk tat.
He's got berserk tat.
Yeah, so he's all about the anime. And actually, he's about quite a lot of other stuff as well. I've teased him with a bit of he's got lots of other stuff. He's got like loads of stuff, like the Zelda stuff. He's got but the Guts was in particular. But the guy's been following us for 10 years. Makes me feel old. Michalowski Jr. is saying me too. Hunter's saying me too. Greg is all about a lot of the retro stuff. It's all of the Zelda stuff.
Yeah, he loves his Mega Man, Sonic,
yeah, it's a load of stuff.
His son loves Sonic.
Hunter is more about the anime side, so it's more about MHA and I think we're getting personalities where it's and that's good that they're coming for the anime rather than the games, because then that's what we need to have. That's how we can develop it.
But never, if you're a gamer, you're always a gamer.
Right, Chelsea Lefebvre. Where is Chocks with the cat toy? What's your cat toy? What cat toy?
Yeah.
What cat toy?
I was chatting to a couple of guys. Was it last week? Last week there was a lot of pets watching the stream, and guys were taking photos of their pets watching the stream.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's like I was replying to some of the comments. I said, hey, one of these days I want to bring a cat toy. Like one of these mice is dangling on the string, and like try and play on the string.
Oh, see if the cats, see if the cats or the dogs.
Are they actually watching the stream?
Yeah.
You know how sometimes they
that makes sense. Yeah.
If they see a
on
fish,
the screen, yeah.
on the screen and start chasing the fish.
Yeah.
Should try and do that.
Or like doggy noises, like woof, 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 like play an app.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Or say like left hand, and see if they raise their left hand.
Vincent
For
Windish
Paul.
says, "This is the end. Show us ID card, please." Done. Q&A done. Woo!
And
Do
on
us the
that
honor
bombshell.
of. Oh no, are we bothering off Q? Who that? Are we doing it? Look at the time.
I know. Look at the time.
Well, we're definitely not doing it for the stream.
Right.
100%. There's no chance.
Okay.
So do we do? Do you just go to Ali card?
We just take our time and do a la carte, yeah. All right, let's do a la carte because there's quite a lot to go through with that.
There's quite a lot to go
Yeah.
through that because
You
we
guys want to know this and that. How does this work? Why we did
it's
that?
gone over. So
Yeah.
what we're gonna pause through that. We're gonna have 4 winners next week. Okay.
All right, let me make a note of that. Right.
4 winners next week.
Next
okay?
week we're gonna choose
4 winners.
4 winners up for the seat.
4 lose. I mean, win. I mean, ain't no one winning. Shit. I mean,
They win a
4
seat.
Participants.
It's like online poker. Yeah, the winner seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
4, right?
Yeah.
So guys, if you came here specifically just for who that, I apologize for that. Please come next week. So yeah.
Absolutely. So there'll be 4 chances next week.
All right. So let's get this on the roll.
Nana
Castlevania.
quickly asked, would you ever let Chocks be creative director on a statue? The answer is absolutely.
That Metal Gear Solid. That Kirby. That Black Bass.
Of course, I want to be in a scenario where the team does
This
it
guy
all.
wants to be on a yacht sometime, this time next year, on a yacht with John, cruising, and and he's on Skype, and he wants to be on the other side of the screen, watching this stream, and we're like,
I want to be like MJP, sitting there with with some Stellas and chilling out, watching you guys. What I want is an ability to come out of it, where I'll come in once a week and then everyone will show me, hey, is this okay if we call that direction? I'll be like, yeah, you guys are doing a great job. Come back another week and the progress has been great. That's what is the ultimate goal is. And obviously that's not happening anytime soon, but that's definitely the ultimate goal. Has to be. And Chocks does a lot of creative direction as well. A lot of the time, it's very, very rare that I'll go 100% now because I don't need to. When I say 100%, I mean I do it all myself 100%. Now that I have a team here, I run it past Chocks. I run it past Chris, get the feedbacks and all that sort of stuff. And together we have ideas and we see which it goes. Sometimes Chocks will come out and be like, "Nah, mate." I'm like,
yeah, somebody got upset last week.
"This is my SD concept."
I saved you guys. We'll have this conversation, right? And say, guys, when let's say that concept went out.
It
right?
wasn't even finished. It was blocking it out and you were
Yeah.
dissing it. I'm like, chill.
I'm trying to save time here. It's better to.
Can we do
it's
Alucard
better
or
to-
what?
it's
Will
like-
you
it's
do
better
us the
to-
honour?
All right then, let's do Alucard. We'll have another conversation another day. I think these guys have been waiting long enough.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean they're waiting how long? Like it's been
3 years.
Yeah, it's nice. Well, it's nice to know that we haven't forgotten, and guys, it's we wanted this out as well, and the licensor Konami is very excited for this as well. They've been very supportive during NYCC as well with Solid Snake, with all the changes, and they've been excited with this as well. So.
Very we could have done all that with all this explanation.
That's true. So yeah, definitely, and we're excited. Hopefully, you guys will like this, and if this does well, we would love to do true form,
Nana
even
says,
SD of Castlevania.
if we need one more cook to help stir the broth, the answer is all he'll say is, mate, add more chives, green neon.
Too
green
many
stuff.
cooks. You know the story.
Always, Nana say always comes up with some good ideas.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's
Alright.
do it. Can I go for Weeby first?
Oh God, this guy. All right, then go ahead.
Can I go?
These guys can't say no.
If they wouldn't mind, please sharing out the stream.
Yeah, guys, bring in the Netflix guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, bring in the Netflix guys, the people that enjoy the anime. I mean, we enjoy the anime as well. Let the fans of this show, the fans of the games. Wow. Because I've joined up the Castlevania fan groups as well on Facebook for quite a while, and it's nice to know that over the last couple of weeks, I've seen some of you guys in here sharing the Castlevania out there, and definitely perfect timing this year. The second season of the new Castlevania anime. I look forward to that, and yeah, hopefully that rumor might be true or not. I'm not sure, right? There's a rumor going around about a new Castlevania game. Is that right, guys? And yeah, hopefully this will be first of many, because as Alex was saying, Simon Belmont. In fact, Simon Belmont was one of my. Well, it was the first thing that I unboxed in this office when I first came here. And I rated that very highly. And obviously there's going to be a few minor issues here and there with any statue, but that statue overall was definitely up there. The app, the paint app, the sculpt, the composition, you know, I see you guys placing your old NES game covers next to the statue. And I've seen some of the unboxings on YouTube as well, so hopefully the same can be done for Alucard. Yeah, I mean, we saw Bloodstain at NYCC as well. Yeah, we'd be more than happy to check out Bloodstain, you know.
Hey, Chocks, do you want to try and do that last time when we put it over here, right?
Yeah. Then what?
And then I'm like, we pick that up, we go like, boom, and then...
Oh, you mean the camera?
Yeah, and then we do the X, we like, do it off camera, and then go, boom! I don't know if that's... Do you want to do that?
Would it be here? It'll be alright here, isn't it?
Well, I don't know, maybe... Well, alright.
Yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
Right, so we bring him in?
Yeah, which one?
The regular, of course.
Yeah, we'll start off the regular. Which ones? Which two? Which three? Which four? We've been giving away quite a lot tonight, haven't we?
Alright, Chocks, you do it.
I'll do it, yeah? Oh, it's too heavy for you, right?
It's just heavy, yo. Alright, thanks so much, guys. 133 peeps on the thing. Right, Chocks, I'm going to move your computer to the side.
I know why you told me to do it.
Exactly. Right, Chocks, I'm moving things around. Right, drum roll, please, guys. Alright, move that over there. Move that over there. Some space, some space.
You guys want to see the NYCC version, yeah?
The NYCC without the hand, because that's the regular. Exclusive with the hand.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah? Careful of this bit over here. Sorry, my shoes.
Yeah.
First thing. Should put that there.
Alright. Are we good?
Yep, not there yet.
Are we good there yet?
Almost. No, not yet.
Yeah. How come?
Oh, it's delayed, isn't it?
There's a delay. There's quite a long delay tonight.
Yeah, oh wait, obviously if you, yeah, it's quite a long delay.
Is there a long delay,
It's
guys?
quite a long delay. It's there, it's there. You can see it's there. That's what you should look at.
Alright then.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, G.
I don't break stuff. I only.
Boom.
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 Do you need to point the camera down?
We will do.
Yeah.
We will do. Yeah.
Alright, let you do that.
Alright. Okay. Alright, guys. So let's move this out of the way, and move this. Check it out, guys. The sword is drooping. Do not worry. One of the things that we will be doing is this thing is ridiculously rubbish in terms of this.
Don't worry, guys. We explain what happens there.
We will be die casting it, just for your reference. It's super thin. It's made of we're looking to.
It'd be like Mugen's sword.
Yeah, don't worry,
Sif's
guys.
sword. You know.
Don't worry. Those who
Yeah.
who know and have bought those will understand what we can do with swords. Do not worry about that. Yes, it looks lame right now, but it will not be a problem later on. So
Yeah.
don't worry about that, guys.
Die cast.
Die cast, nice and
Yeah.
straight.
Metal.
We don't want to see it in the news. Everyone stabbing each other with the Alucard sword. So check it out, guys. Let's start from the top. Now, Alucard has this really kind of. Let me see if I can move this out of the way and zoom in. Let's move that out of the way. So, I don't know if I hide, does it sort of focus on his face a little bit better? Focusing on his face a little bit better. I can tell you, one of the hardest things about this is this. You see his hairline, this right here, if we're starting on the very, very top, his hairline that goes across the top.
It'd be good to prop it up.
Yeah, it will be.
Was it too high? Is it too high?
We can do it later as we go a little further. Wait, is that strong enough? That's not strong enough, mate.
Enough. Yeah, it'll be strong.
No fucking chance. This thing is heavy as hell. What is it? 5 kilograms, wasn't it? Nah, it's not. Right, this is the hardest thing, and one of the mistakes I did for the first time, because you know we made Alucard's head before, and we made it. We had to do it. Oh shit. No, 1 second, guys.
What's up?
I'm like pushing into that.
Why are you pushing it that far for?
Because I was. Oh God. God, Jesus Christ.
Snap.
Wait, don't do that. Don't bend it so much, Jesus.
You're fine.
Okay, right. So, one of the things, you know, we've remade this head once before, and we learned from the mistake we made the first time. If you look at this line over here, that's this one over here. The hairline comes directly out of the hairline, right? The hair comes out of the hairline. And what we did before was we gave him helmet hair. And what happened was we took his hair off completely and we simply put it on top. Now the problem with that was there is a very, very, very minute gap between the way this hairline connects to the body. And it looked really shit. And we re-engineered it. So actually, this hairline is connected directly onto, molded directly, right? It's sculpted directly onto the forehead. So you're going to have a perfect line of the hair. It's like it's literally the hair is coming out of the roots of the head, the way it should do. And then we connect, this is a separate piece, this is a separate piece, this is a separate piece, and internally this one over here is a separate piece. It's done in a way that as they're individual pieces, we have to then individually put them on time. It's an engineering nightmare, but it's the sole reason, the very sole reason why we did this. It's much easier just to be helmet hair, boom, straight on. It's literally for this one line, so when you look at your statue, if you decide to purchase him, or look at these pictures, that hairline right there, it's the way it comes out. The way it comes out as the, comes out of the forehead. It is so important that we got that right, because you would have one look and you go, ugh! So if you look at, when you look at hairlines, and let's say it is, if he's got a helmet, if he's got like hair and it goes forward, it's super easy, because you can have helmet hair, because, and I'll give you a good example of that, Dante has helmet hair. Why? Because you can't tell, because it's like the hair strands have come forward and it's hanging down, no problem. But when you have a hair going upwards, it is a nightmare. You have to make sure that you don't have a gap between the skin and the forehead. So when you look at statues, always pay attention to that. That is an eye for detail that you might just look at and go, I don't know why it doesn't look right, but that's the reason why. Okay, so engineering wise, what a nightmare. All right, now moving down, we obviously have the face itself. Now the face went through a lot of changes, and a lot of people helped out by going from the masculine look going into the feminine or the androgynous look that we have here. And if we get us some, give a bit of a turns on that. Oh shit! What am I turning? Oh, it's the mic.
Yeah, put the mic on that side.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
But what about when you want to say something? You're too busy drinking, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we can just turn a bit. You can sort of see. This is what has come out from the club itself. Has really helped us shape this face. See it there. Hunter says Saitama's hairline is on point.
Saitama hairline.
Hairline's on point.
I'll tell you what's on point for Saitama, his eyebrows.
Yeah, that was on point.
That was on point.
That was on point.
Yeah.
And the way his eyes are looking upwards, they're not looking straight. It's the lower half of the eye. If we sort of push it a little bit closer.
Yeah, you guys like the chain link? Did you tell him it's a metal?
Ooh. Metal chain link there as well, but yeah. Okay, so if you look at the eyes are not just simply, if I look at you directly straight, right, if I look at you directly straight, you'll see that my eye is, but if I look at you, if I tilt my head down and I look up a little bit, it's a little bit more intense. And you see the lower eye is like that, and the irises are half irises with the pupils looking forward. That's how we did it for Alucard, so he's more looking into your soul. So we sort of tried to do that. And it has a kind of a sort of shading in the eye, only to make the whites of the eye that much more pop, because it allows for you to see the contrast between the eyes and the contrast between the eyes and the the eyes and the sort of darkening of the area of the socket versus the eyes. Can we talk a little bit about the hairlines? What you probably can't see in here is I'm just looking around to see if there's anything I'm sneaking.
Ooh.
What? You don't worry. Oh my days. If you have a look a little bit down here, you can get a bit of an idea that there are little micro lines that are going down there, painted by a very by the brush. I'm trying to like not flip it so much. Okay, if I turn this around, hold on. If I sort of turn it over here, it should be a bit easier to have a look at. Yeah, it should be okay. Okay, that should be okay. You can see how there is sort of lines within the lines, so it's almost like individual lines. That's what we're sort of going for with the paintbrush. So you have the sculpt, which has lines here. Then you also have micro lines going down there. It's painted. Maybe another good example is sort of over here area. Is that coming out? If I go a little bit, like super zoom in, is that showing? I think you can just about see extra lines there. You can see those lines there as well. So that is some of that. Hide that. Okay. Right. Now, as we go further down the model, you can see the very difficult, intricate. You have the what is it? It's not zooming in on that.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. Check out the documentary. It's
much clearer and stuff like that. Yeah. It's not. Oh, well, anyways, we're here, so we can talk a little bit about how his he has a metal chain there, and the sculpt on this is really lots of details on the cloth, lots of details here on the paint, on individual. Let me just count that 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at all those buttons button work there, and on the other side, and this. All the gold and all that sort of texture over there, the sculpt is there, but it's the paint hits on there that is pretty crazy. But actually, the thing about this item itself, it's the engineering that is the hardest thing of everything. The engineering is the hardest thing. I mean, take a look at this, the hair at the back as well. Just doesn't just go down straight here. It's got like some beautiful curves and stuff and hair details there. Of course, as you go around the front, and then if you look from the side over here, you can really see the way that the details are there going in the hair.
Yes, Philip, the head and the hair in resin.
Yes, Philippe. Everything is in resin. Apart from the sword, which will be in metal. Then, of course, as you keep going down, there is this detail over here. And that is a chain, metal, that's going into his scabbard here, that goes into his sword. Which is, it's just small details that if you look at it, you can't even really see it from this angle unless you really sort of look there. Then you can see the scabbard inside. So otherwise you won't really see it. But if you look for it and you see it, then you'll appreciate it when you see it, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, of course, what do we see here? We see his hand gripping the cape. And if you look at the cape, the way it's been done, I'll lower this down for this, right? Let's look at the way the cape's been done. The cape has been done in a way where it's 3D. There's gripping in it. So if you look how it comes round to the side, and goes round to the edge, you can see the way he's gripping and he's pulling it against his body. So if you look at the folds in the cloth, he's pulling and stretching the cape on this side. There's movement and stretching here. Whereas this part over here actually is a little bit more flat going down because there's nothing pulling against it. So it's about the physics of pulling on the cloth cape, on the cape itself. Now the cape itself has a kind of sheen and a shine to it that's almost pearlescent, which has a really nice difference towards the texture of the inner jacket. it makes a nice little offset between that. And of course, if you look at the extra sort of details on the gauntlets or the forearm guards, or you know, this sort of it's like his jacket's been folded in, right? You know, like it's like been folded up at the sleeves.
Yeah.
Again, detail for days, lots of cloth textures, the golds are on it, all that sort of good stuff. You can see how that goes into the leather hands and the textures on the hands as well. And his Alucard sword itself has this beautiful texture, details, weathering, and even going along the line of the sword itself. So yeah, you know, as Nana says, saying cloth physics, etc., etc. So, you know, yes, it is a character who's just standing there straight. Of course, it's based off of the artwork, and you know, from Kojima's artwork, it's, you know, did we make the hair as small as it? The answer is no. We didn't. We weren't trying to go for that. It was inspired by the art. We think that there were some things that doesn't work well translating it. If you look at, for example, his head size, normally it's 7 or 8 times the head size is a heroic pose. So the head is actually normally a bit smaller if it's heroic. But his was like super small. And if you look at Dracula's artwork itself, Dracula's head is like this, and the body is like, it would be like 10 or 12 of Dracula's head, and it's basically that art style, which looks amazing, but won't translate one-to-one into a physical. So these are the creative things that we decided to not follow, but of course inspired by the pose, because the pose itself is iconic, and of course it's just showing Alucard being a badass. Now, if we go to the internals of if we look at the internals of the jacket as well, if we sort of go to this sort of part, you can see all the way inside, even if you look from underneath, you'll see that there is that lovely texture and pattern work on the inside over there as well. So, you know, that's been added there. Okay, and you know, it's just the way that the cloth, it's like, how do I say it, Chocks? You've got white on white. You've got the white of the internal of the cape on this part that's pearlescent versus the white of the internal of the inner jacket, or the jacket on the inside. Then you have this black here, the black cape with the black clothing. So it's these beautiful whites, these beautiful blacks, these beautiful golds, and these beautiful silvers, and it really, really sort of all goes together and coordinates it really, really well. So that is that. Now, if we go a little bit further down, now why don't we actually look at doing this, Chocks? Bring that like so. We have a little bit more looking at this one over here. If we have a look at this, we're going down the body, the legs, you know, just obviously going down here, A-OK, all makes sense. And it goes into his boots. And his boots are a little bit more like bondage kind of style, right? It's kind of like these beautiful boots that have...
SM, yeah.
SM. Have this beautiful boot style where you actually have a look at the imprint. His foot actually stops here. Here's an example, right? The foot actually stops here. There's an indent. There's an indent right here. And that's where his toe ends. And if you look at the extension, let me see if we can do it over here. So there's like an indent here. From here and onwards, that's an extension where it's like you have those, if you can rock them, hey, I can't rock them. It's those trendy boots where you pull the, you have your toe and then you have this little bit extra, like a little bit pointy. They're fashionable nowadays, except for I can't rock them. And so the point is, you can see it's not like he's got really long feet, but actually the feet stop here and it continues just like in that. And you can see it again for his other one is over here. It stops here and it continues there. Okay, stops there and continues there. And of course, then we actually look at the top of the base itself. We have a, you know, just like the outsides of the castle and the kind of area that he's in, we have the cobbled kind of brickwork that we saw at NYCC, and some added moss work inside just to give a little bit of a touch of green. And then on the side of the base, we have this beautiful pattern work, which has come off. If you look at the official artwork, if you look at the official artworks, right, Chocks, you can see this this design that goes across, which it has these, which has, a bit closer. Where is it? Can't get it in focus. Ugh. Well, I'll just bring it back overall. If you look at the artwork and you see it, you'll see these kind of patterns going around the bottom. And it's not this one, it's another one.
Yeah, I know which one.
You know the one I mean, yeah?
Yeah, the main one with these patterns that go
Yeah.
around and the tiny little
Yeah.
dragons.
Yeah, absolutely. Dragons and stuff like that.
Dragon patterns.
Yeah.
Just looking at this.
Yeah. Cool. So that's where we're at for the regular one. There we are. Yeah, so there we are. That's what we got it for like that. Yeah? Okay. Now, let's... can we... Let's do the exclusive. I can just do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's true.
Let's do that.
Alright then.
Let's do it.
Oh, this is like super heavy.
That's it. Here we go, guys. In 3, 2, 1. Boom! Here we go, guys. Check it out. I think we need to actually pop it off. Now this will be die cast, at least the blade will be die cast. We still need to look into how it's going to go down. But this is the chrysogrim. Now, what happened here was, if you look at the chrysogrim, when you do the attack, it has like this wind effect, right? Which obviously you can't do because he's holding it down. But if you look at the pixels, it's literally purple into silver, like two purple pixels that they go into like some silver, right? And that's all we could go on. And also the fact that the hilt is kind of not straight. It has like one bit's raised and one bit's not. And we were given kind of carte blanche to basically create something that looked nice and had a bit more creative freedom with that. Now, of course, this is, as I said, is wobbly, but it will be die cast later on, at least for the blade. I'm not sure about this part over here. It's like quite intricate. Look at look at the way that is all sort of, maybe I hide from that, hollowed and like that. And then, as I say, you can see the weathering in there and how this is a little bit. I don't like the transition particularly there. It's a little bit messy. This is a better side. We will make sure it's a bit more smooth from that sort of purpley going into the pink. Excuse me. So yeah, that's what we would this side definitely looks better than the other side. So we would be making sure. But it's on both sides, and look at that guard. It's not just there. Look at the details that you have there. Extra details there. Where it goes through that. And that kind of hollow effect. I personally really like it, Chocks. What did you think of it?
Yeah, definitely. I like the guard, the pattern, the colours that that blends in from the gold with the purple and the kind of not rust, but kind of a champagne color, right? The champagne browns and stuff. Yeah.
So this is the exclusive version. It comes with both, answering Debbie's question. Yeah. So where's the original one?
X does come with the a la carte sword, as well as
the chrysogrim.
Yeah, the chrysogrim. Both blades should be die cast.
Yeah. So it will make a much different noise compared to this. Back in the day, this will. In the future, you'll hear it. So for sure, that's where we're at for the exclusive version. Yeah, it definitely does, Nick. Justin, you're absolutely right. It comes with that. Yeah. Any questions, guys, before we go into the pricing? I don't have it in.
It's okay.
I don't have that. I only have that version right now. But don't worry. Also, guys, I want to say that the exclusive version, we don't have it, or I might be able to show it. I've seen some messages from the artist right now, but working that the exclusive version also comes with a gorgeous art print. Hopefully, we'll be able to show you something. I need to check my my phone towards the end of the stream. It will show you what that looks like, and it's I can tell you it's got well, you'll see. You'll see. It looks really, really good. Oh, Chocks, that's 4 people next week. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's cool. So, right. Yes, it comes with the X. No, so Daniel, it comes with the sword as the exclusive, and it also comes with the art print. So, yeah, Chocks, are you ready to go for the price?
Well, so let's run that again. The regular comes with what you see in front and also the a la carte sword, right? Just here. And then the X, as what Alex was saying, it comes with both swords.
Okay, let's do the price. We're gonna do it by. Are we gonna do it by? Are we gonna do it by? Oh, let's put his sword back on. Are we gonna do it by? What do I call it? Cups of coffee, or just go with the price?
Yeah, just go with the price.
Guess we haven't got time for that, yeah. All right, guys.
Right.
Chocks, hit them with the price.
Okay, so guys, just let you guys know, as always, this is the first.
Oh, Michael just joined. I answered your questions, by the way, all your FMA questions.
All right, cool. So, right, as always, this is the first.
Let me put this all towards.
I'll just speak up a little bit louder. All right, guys. So I was saying this is going to be the very first statue from the Symphony of the Nights. Symphony of the Nights Castlevania line. So first come, first serve. Make sure you come back on Tuesday to validate for your day 1 edition and your low number. And as Alex was saying, 2 versions, a regular and exclusive. We do offer a 12-month flexi payment plan. All right, so guys, if you know that, up to 12 months. We have 5 warehouses across the globe. You know the drill. But for guys first time and joining the stream, make sure you are aware of that, so you will save yourself some custom tax and fees, etc, etc. If you have any questions, make sure you check out the FAQ blog post that will be posted up after the stream. So remember that. And again, it's going to be a 10% NRD deposit. So 10% down, and then you just worry about the flexi payment or pay when the item is ready to ship.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get to it. All right. For the
when I will just say one more thing. This is actually expensive, and the reason is, all you guys are saying like, oh, it's really low. It's really not. It's quite high, and the reason is, this is crazy engineering work. The amount of difficulty in doing that hair, doing this whole cape, the way that there is 3 layers within this, engineering nightmare. It's not just the making of it, of thinking of how to make it, it's the production scrap rate. And we talk about this in the documentary, which is an hour and 16 minutes long. Yeah. We talk about the scrap rate. There is a huge scrap rate. That means that for every 1 that you can do it, there's like 2 or 3 that are not good enough, and therefore it's wasted. That's the difficulty that we have with this piece, that you can't, it's not just the paint hits, and the paint hits themselves are next level. So those of you thinking that they're, you know, just to be clear, it's high. But it is what it is. You know, these are the pricing that's coming from it, and these are the reasons why. I want to explain to you why it is that.
Yeah. All right. So get ready. All right. So the regular version comes with the a la carte sword and the
Eric Stegemer, you're so wrong.
And the white cape. That will come at $499.99 US dollars. $499.99 US dollars.
Yeah.
Okay. And for the exclusive version, which will come extra with the Chrysogrim sword and the art print. Once we have more information on the art print, we'll post some concept art in the club as well. That will come at $499.99 as well.
Yeah.
So regular $499.99 and exclusive $499.99.
Yeah. All right, guys. So that is 50, and then if it's a 12-month flexi-pay plan, how much is that?
The 10% deposit
is $50.
Is $50.
Yep.
And then you're gonna need a calculator over there, isn't it?
Yeah. We don't have that prepared yet.
Oh man.
All right. So let me just quickly work that out. So if it's $500 and you go on a 1 year plan, minus 50 for the deposit divided by 12 means it's $37.50. $37.50 a month for a year.
$37 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys.
And the expected release date
Yeah.
would be Q1 2019. I can't believe we're saying this. This is the first one to say Q1 2019.
We're trying to do 9 months, and that's 9 months.
Yeah, it's 9 months because it's just turned.
We're trying to get it.
It's
Just
turned
hope
March
before Chinese New Year next year is what we're aiming for.
Before, of course, definitely. So yeah, that's right. So hopefully you guys will take the time to check out the documentary where we go into more detail and explain the reason why we came to where we are today, what went through, what we put into this. These may look simple blacks and simple whites on the camera, but there's plenty of variations, different textures, different paint hits, and die-cast swords, and you know that's why it is what it is. We always do try and fight for low prices for you guys. It's not you know, we take that very seriously.
For sure.
As a collector, we know how it is. Obviously, you know, some people could afford it, some people can't, but we trying to find the right balance. And yeah, so there you go. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave us a comment in the stream right now. Shipping prices, I've shared some of the shipping prices in the club. What? Can you guys hear it? Everyone's like, what the fuck? If you guys left the stream, I'm sorry, but if you guys stayed in the stream, you know what that means.
Boom! That's how you do it, baby. Oops, rude word.
What?
That's a rude
That's
word.
a rude version.
Check it out, guys. All exclusives come with.
Yeah, you're still dancing with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
hold it steady.
All exclusives come with this beautiful Alucard shield. We wouldn't do that to you guys.
Alucard shield, guys. Exclusive version, Alucard shield. This piece is massive. It's pretty much half of Alucard's body. Okay? Remember this. This is fully sculpted. You can see the bat wings. You can see the wolf sticking out.
And then the mist.
And you can see the mist as well.
That's familiar. Check
If
out
you,
that detail.
yeah, turn it on the side. You can see it popping out.
Look at that.
Right, so this is fully painted up, and then on the back it comes with the extended additional arm, which will be attached with, you know, it's a whole new a magnet.
We'll put that in a minute. Just
Yeah.
wanted to show you up close because it's hard to show you with it. Check it out, guys. So we'll start at the top. All those details, all the golden dots going down, the scuff marks, the weathering. It's all there, guys.
And just to remind you guys, Alex Walker, maybe he just joined in. He maybe didn't pay attention to the price. The regular is $499.99, which comes with just the Alucard sword. The exclusive will come with the Alucard sword and the Chrysogrim sword and this shield and the art print for $499.99.
Chocks.
Yeah.
Would you mind?
Okay, don't you turn that around for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, Alex just removed the Chrysogrim sword.
This way?
Yep. And then you remove the other arm. And then I will put this here. It's going to be a bit awkward from the side, but actually, can you turn it a bit
Which
more?
way?
Right? Yeah.
This way, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's much easier this way. You picked up the right one, right?
Did I pick up the right one?
You've picked up the wrong one.
Oh.
No, it's fine.
It's fine, yeah?
Yeah, it's
okay.
fine. All right.
So what we did, if you look at this, right, is when we did it, we needed to make sure the original design actually had him having it more like in front of him like this, and then I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. It needs to bring it out and open it up so it's not covering his front. Now you can see the way the way that works. And no, Patrick, it can't have the sword and shield because of this hand here. You can't, physically it's impossible. So we wanted to give you the options of how you want to hold it, with the shield, with the sword, up to you. Unfortunately, you can't have them both. It's not possible because the engineering of this, he must be holding the cloak. So there you go, guys. That is actually the full reveal of the exclusive version, so you have a better idea of how it works. Yeah, that's it. Let us know what you think of the sword. Let us know what you think of the exclusive shield. Which one will you be displaying? Will you go with a regular version? Let us know what you think about that.
Remove my jacket so it's much easier to see it on my black shirt.
Yeah. Alright, cool. And all I will say, guys, let me just say, all I will say, guys, is there is one more thing. Chocks, hit that sheet.
One more thing.
One more thing.
What?
Hit that sheet.
What one more thing?
You know exactly what I'm chatting.
I don't get it. What one more thing?
You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. You can leave it with that.
No, because there's a reason why.
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Move this.
You guys still on the stream?
Are you still there? Are you still there? After the mic.
No problem. No problem. No problem.
Push that forward.
Problem.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. Boom! Check it out, guys.
What do we have here?
We have the Twilight Edition.
Twilight.
Now, it's the Twilight Cloak. People think that Draculas look better in red. Let us know what you think. Do Draculas look better in red? And of course, the Twilight Edition also comes with.
Yep. Alright, guys. So let's just run this through. So the difference here you can see between this Twilight version and what we were showing before, the exclusive version, is the cloak is in red. Look at that. The collar is in red. The inner of the outer
Actually,
cloak is
has,
in red.
You know, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It has a lot. It's quite catching for sure.
Yeah.
But it's only if you know it. If you're based on the artwork, you know that the artwork is based on the white, right? But if you played the game and you've got the Twilight Cloak and you understand what's up.
Yeah. Well, basically, if you guys play,
Yeah.
I was like chatting with Alex about this at the beginning of the game. As you going through the platform, you start off in this outfit until you meet Death. I actually said Dracula in the documentary, so I was wrong about that. So it's Death is correct.
I called it.
Yeah.
I said Death.
But I looked back on the documentary. I said Dracula.
Did I not call it and tell you it's Death?
No,
I'm pretty sure you just.
probably
Yeah.
off the cam. I didn't see it. I didn't hear you say it. But I heard. I know you called Death afterwards. Yeah. But anyways, it's definitely right. Yeah, Alex is right. It's definitely Death, and then it strips his power away, and then he goes back to the the white cape. So best of both worlds. I know some of you guys said, why can't he hold the sword and shield together? Well, look at that.
Patrick Bear saying, is it red cape and white collar? Correct me or correct him. Who's right, who is wrong? If we're wrong, we'll change it. No problem. It's hard to see because it's like hard to see.
And guys, this Twilight version will be exactly the same as the exclusive. It will come with both the swords, again, die cast, and also the shield. Right? It will also come with the shield. 2 swords and a shield, red cloak. Do let us know which one you like, red or white, or both.
The Twilight Edition will also come with an art print, and it will be colored red.
That's right. So the art print for the exclusive and the art print for the Twilight will have some slight differentiation. Differentiation, yeah. And basically, the art print will be red for this one, and then the art print for the white one will be white.
So, guys, I can now show you the art print. I had it before. It's just that I was not showing it to you because it was it's the Twilight version.
No worry, Patrick. If we can go back and look into that. If the color is white, then that's just a paint. We can sort that out easily. But thanks for letting us know on that, so we can actually go back and double check that.
Yeah. Okay. So check out. I'm gonna turn up the brightness on this, and check out the concept of the Dracula. Sorry, the.
You call it Dracula as well, yeah?
No, it's because Dracula's form is in the background. That's the point. Check that out, guys. Look at that as a beautiful art print.
Ooh, look at the reflection.
Yeah, hold on. Look at that, guys.
That's right, Chris Hildebrand. Twilight will be $499.99. All right. So regular, exclusive, Twilight, all the same price, $499.99.
Now this needs to go for approval. It hasn't been for approval yet, but that's the basic idea, basic premise. Hopefully you like. Obviously, it was off
The
of my
approval
screen.
is the art print that Alex is referring to.
Yeah, I'm just what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is what is up, guys. Let me just move this slightly to the side, so we
Can
can
I
say.
move mine?
Yeah,
I'll point like that. That's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
You still?
I like this red one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this red one.
Well, you're Chinese.
Well, it's got nothing to do with Chinese.
Chinese love red.
Chinese is a different vampire.
Yeah. It's like,
Right,
yeah, the fancy one, but
if this
it
does
does
really
look
well,
nice.
if this does really well, you can imagine Dracula, right? The same black and red.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dracula does go really well with that.
Yeah. Daddy and son.
And look, here's an example, guys, where we talked about the variants for Shovel Knight. If you feel like there is something that you would like to see a different cloak as a variant in the future, let's say there's something that you would be interested in, you added for that. That's something that we can definitely talk about, and we would say that it wouldn't affect. Like, so to be clear, you can either buy the this version exclusive or this version exclusive. Having either one is fine. It gives you the same right to buy the same number of Dracula, which is the second in the line. Now, if we were to do a variant, Chocks, though, it would not count towards the Dracula line because these are the only two at launch. And if we do a variant, if people are rallying for a different cloak that we do as a third version,
Yeah, later on. Later on. Then it'd be kind of like, just imagine like a, what do you call it? Expansion pack. And as a gamer, you know what expansion packs are. So basically, these are like the full release games, and down the road, if you guys rallied for different cloak colors or variants, we do a expansion. Would be like a 1.5 or something. So that you can still buy it, and it'll still count towards your number. But if for those that don't want it, it's not going to affect your next, the next number in the.
Which is for Dracula,
Yeah,
right? So. Yeah, that's something we'll run later on. Would you like to see, let's say there's like 100 people want to see that. That's something we can look into because it will help. It will help towards these lines, and those that really want to support them can rally for them accordingly.
Yeah. So John Morale's saying, is the shield part of the exclusive and Twilight? So yeah. So the exclusive does come with the shield, and the Twilight does come with the shield.
That's right. So to Chris Cruz, the pre-order date starts today. We're calling it the reservation period. You can place your order anytime you want, but the day one bonuses will only happen when you go and join us on the validation stream and validate your order over the 24-hour period, or you can place your order during the actual stream itself. Once we go live on Tuesday. So after the stream, there are currently 158 people on the site, 157. Feeding Frenzy, 157, so there's going to be plenty for all of that. Then I will be opening up the two things, and one more thing, combo pack, Chocks.
Yes. I thought you were going to forget about that. So basically, guys, if you want the best of both worlds, you love the red and the white, you want them both holding shields, or you want either, like this setup right here, one holding the sword and the other one holding the shield. There is a combo pack. Obviously, the combo pack, if you register, validate on day one, obviously they both will have their own day one edition cards, and that for the price of $924.99.
So $75 off.
Yep, $924.99. So again, that will be also there for a 12-month flexi payment
Let me
plan.
just quickly let you know on a 12-month plan what that would be.
And the name of this will be just Combo Edition. So there's a regular edition, exclusive edition, Twilight edition, and Combo edition.
$70 a month.
Okay, so after the deposit, Alex has worked that out for you at 70.
Yeah, so there's $92 to be taken when the order's placed, and then and here's another thing, guys. We are going. This is something that's different from the norm. both of these versions are going to be open for 2 weeks plus a last chance weekend. We're going to stop doing this the 3-day thing, and the reason why is when I'm trying to advertise it, I can't advertise the other version because it stops so quickly that the budget goes for 2 weeks. It means I can't. It's really hard to advertise it. So basically, we're going to the both of them are open, and hopefully it leads to more support for the line. We hope that at the end of the day, you know, we want the lines to.
That's
to
right,
do
guys.
well.
Come on, Castlevania guys. I know you've been very noisy.
But
Noisy in a good way, yeah.
But
I mean,
we don't
vocal,
want it to
yeah.
have just been the few people. That
Yeah,
we
we don't
see.
want that. I mean, we definitely want that to continue to grow. Hopefully, you guys, there's more new anime guys that's catching up than anime that are into Castlevania as well. So hopefully we can go deeper for this line as well. It might be slow, but at least we're still working on it. We haven't forgotten about it. And as Alex was saying, we try and do what we can with the pre-orders. It's going to be a reservation period tonight. You know, tonight's the 2nd of March, and then the validation day is going to be the 6th of March, which is Tuesday. We will be back on for the stream, and then once the pre-order opens, it's going to open up until the 16th of March. So for everything, I'm talking about the regular, the exclusive, the Twilight, and the combo. These are going to be open up until the 16th of March. And then it will have a last chance weekend. And the last chance weekend will include everything. The regular, the exclusive, the Twilight, and the combo. So don't worry about, oh, is this going to end? It only ends when the last chance weekend ends. So everything are up for pre-orders up until the end of last chance weekend.
John Rufano, the answer is if you get the red one or you get the white one, both of them, you can never get. So, for example, let's say Chuckles gets this one, he gets number 3, and I get this one, I get number 4, and then someone else, and then you get the next one, but you go for the combo, you get 2 number 5s. When it comes to Dracula, it's clean. I have Chocks has rights at number 3, I have rights at number 4, and you have rights at number 5 for Dracula. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, it's not like there's 2 number 1s, there's 2 number 2s, there's 2 number 3s, there's 2 number 4s. It's not like that.
It's not going to be like that. Yeah.
So therefore, it comes all messy for Dracula. We've figured it all out with Soler, and that's how we're going forward with it.
Yeah.
So Daniel says, see, this is what I asked. You want to go? Daniel says, don't release Dracula PO until later this year. Mate, you guys are like, I'm going next week. No, forget it. We're going to go now.
Well,
so,
I mean,
you know, that's but true talk.
Yeah. I mean, we'll
How
listen.
long do you want to go? If Alucard does well, etc., etc. True talk. When do you want to see Dracula go live? 4 months, 5 months, 6 months? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, like if you like it or you want to see more PVCs for Castlevania, hey, we're up for it. We just need the support. That's all it is. It's really simple. If you guys
Greg.
if you guys bring in the support, we'll look into it.
Yeah, don't forget to check out Greg of the Games stream this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, for some Symphony of the Night goodness. I'll definitely get a chance to drop in, say hi, and watch you kick ass.
John Morels, this one is Q1 2019.
Michael Berger says Halloween for Dracula. So that's April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 7 months. Or in 4 months and then do Death by then.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, hey, you know, it's we just have to see how it goes, right?
Yeah,
just have to see how it goes. It's too far ahead. Sometimes, you know, thinking too far ahead.
The last thing I want to do is go, everything's voted. OMG. But guys, thank you so much for your support. 157 in the club. We will be posting a documentary, 1 hour and 16 minutes. We go through all the details.
Documentary will go up, all the details, all the measurements, all the Coke can tests, all the weights.
And I hope you guys now understand the pricing behind it. Yes, it's a simple base, but it goes more beyond that. It's the figure proportion. The figure is the centerpiece here. There's no ifs or buts. That was the main point for it. And we're highlighting the figure and that's okay. The base can be small. It can be highlighting the figure. People, it's an aesthetic thing. And also you can understand hopefully you can understand a little bit better about the pricing, because you've got to consider scrappage rate. For the first time I've ever talked about this, it's scrappage rate. Because it's so difficult, it's really hard for them all to fit together. And if it doesn't fit together, throw it away. And that's the problem that we have. So please consider that when you understand the pricing. We try our best to always go as low as we can, and hopefully you understand a bit better. And I think there was people who was like, oh, it's going to be $400. No, there's no way it was going to be like that. It would be perfect if we could, but
$400. Well,
that's more like a 1/6 now.
1/6 of prices are going on pretty much towards 500.
Yeah, no, they know that.
Yeah,
they know that. We try our best to as long as they understand that we go with the best intentions, and we get a quote. We get a quote. We can't change the quote. We get multiple quotes, and you know, at the end of the day, we do our best that we can do, and hopefully you guys support us in that. So all we can say is thank you so much for your support, guys. Chock, anything to add before we head off?
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying, after the stream, we will have to do a lot of post-launch stuff. So we're going to do the documentary as usual, and hopefully we can get this hype video up as well. Fingers crossed. And then on the main page, there's going to be the posts to the a la carte, and you know, as always, there's going to be a Statute giveaway for this launch. And then make sure you, if you want to enter, make sure you sign up to the...
They want to know how tall it's 21 inches. I think I remember 21 inches.
Yeah, 21 inches.
21 inches. If you check out the documentary, it says it 21 inches off the top of my head. 21 inches and about 6 kilograms?
6.5.
6.5 kilograms?
Actually, I've got it.
You got it there?
I've got it right here, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right, just let you guys know. Yeah, you're right. 21 inches high, which is 53 centimeters. Width is about 14 inches, which is 36 centimeters. The depth, depending on what you have, the depth with the a la carte shield, that's going to be 12 inches, which is 30 centimeters. And if you had the Chrysogrim sword, it's slightly deeper at 13.5 inches because that sticks out. And then the weight with the shield is 6.46 kg. With the sword, it's 6.26 kg.
We don't know until we add the metal to it, but yes.
Yeah. It's going to be very similar, give or take, because these are going to have die cast as well.
Nana says, like, my phone just like, what's that red version?
Seriously, guys, do check out the documentary. Do check out the main post once we do it, and sign up to our newsletters, sign up to the contests, and then,
Eric, it's 21 inches tall and 6.5 kilograms, and that's 53 centimeters. I know you're European. So the one last thing was the I don't remember.
What?
Oh no, Seth was saying how soon for pre-order availability. I'll be making it live in about half an hour, but there's no rush to get it because if you're looking for day one stuff, it's all about validating on Tuesday. So take your time during reservation.
Eric, we're on the stream. We can't upload the documentary right now, so we have to do that after the stream. So
the
again,
documentary will be dropping in about 20-30 minutes.
Yeah. Everything within half an hour, hopefully.
Oh, you know. And shipping costs. What was the cost to America?
Oh my, let me just hold on a sec. Let me just bring that up. Shipping costs. If I remember, I think it was around about
40-50?
45. But I just want to double check it first. So the a la carte for a single a la carte, all right, for the single a la carte, yeah, I'm right. Yeah, it's 45 to US, and then 45 to EU.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Canadians, it's going to be 65.
Oh, 65, yeah.
Yeah. And if you're going to get a combo pack, it's just ×2.
Because they're two separate ones, yeah.
Two separate pieces.
Yeah,
right?
and no import tax for Canadians, no import tax for Americans, no import tax for EU guys, no import tax for, well, I'll say UK guys because they're not EU yet. But that is what it is, guys. And I believe for Australians, there are not any import taxes as long as it's under a grand, which it is. So, yeah, Kevin, one of the things that people don't know about us is that we have so many warehouses, and those different warehouses really were set up just to make things easier for the collectors. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Yeah. Thanks to Sonny to keep an eye out on these these shipping costs. That's right, Chris Kim. No tax. Where you from?
Like, are you sure that's everything? It's like, oh, there's more. No, there's no more. That is really it.
And there's more.
Hey, wipes your bum. Only until July 1st. Then we get slug with tax. Who's this?
Who's this?
What's happening?
Jace,
what's up with that?
Where are you from?
Where are you from? What's that all about?
July the 1st and you get taxed.
Daniel, yes, there is a magnet already in there. Look at that. That's how it's connected. No peg. Magnet. And where's you got the shield over there, Chocks?
Well, the shoes are there. Here, use this.
No, don't take it out. Just
This is what? It's the same place. The shield, the magnet is in the same place.
well.
Yeah.
Is it just over there?
It's on the other side. You can't really see it because it's painted up.
What? Yeah, I know it's painted up. I'm just saying it's just like it doesn't have a peg. Is the point?
No, it's the same.
Yeah.
The same. God damn it. Have some trust, guys. It's the same. See the shield. It's the same.
Well, turn it on the side, and then you can see there's no peg. Yeah, side.
Hey, look.
There you go.
Hey, look. See? Have some faith, guys.
Don't believe you.
Sorry, shield is resin.
Hey, Nick's Thieves, if you want to see
The
enemies,
shield is
well,
resin.
Dracula's going to be next, and then Death. Those are
Hey,
enemies.
Ashley, you can reserve it now. You can, if you reserve it now, or when you come back on Tuesday, all you have to do is press the validate button. It's much quicker because if you wait until
Only if it's
Tuesday.
disconnected, reconnect it. Be careful just in case it
All right,
pauses.
let me repeat that again. So.
Being interrupted, it's coming back in.
Yeah. What the fuck? Ugh.
Should be back in.
Are we
Should come
back in, guys?
Are you still there? I think we're back. I think we're back. We're back.
I think we're back. We're back, guys. Yeah, we're back. All right, then. Right, so I was saying, you can I'd rather you guys reserve it now because when it comes to Tuesday for validation, for the low numbers and the day one edition, it's much quicker to press the validate button. Log into your account and press the validate button. If you come on Tuesday, sure, you can do that. You still get the day one edition by default, but you have to go through all the credit card details and, touch wood. I don't want anything to
Hold on, is it coming back in? It says live video still being interrupted. Can you guys hear us? What the? No, what?
It's ended.
Ugh. Oh, well.
The hell?
Alright, it is what it is. Alright, well, we're going to stop video recording and stop streaming.